I'm always here for a flashback scene. It kind of reminds me of going back, especially now, going back into all the worlds when you think about Better Call Saul and you think about Breaking Bad, and just kind of going back to episode one, I believe. This is either episode one or episode two, where we see Walt feeling like he's just at the peak of his adulthood, peak of his life. He gives Jesse a little bit less than $7,000 to get the RV. Now we knew this. This isn't new information. But what we didn't know is that Jesse had plans on playing Walt the whole time. He took them 7Gs and went straight to the strip club with Stinky Pete combo. The fellas are all back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember seeing Badger, but they just having a good time, man. $400 a bottle for Dom. Brags to his boys about how he got the bread. Just some old man gave it to me. I was really sitting there thinking, like, damn, was he really going to finesse him? But then I found out, or we found out, that morning when he was leaving, he only had like $1,400 left. He was talking about changing his identity and having to move out of state. And I was thinking, like, all this for Walt? Like, Walt had to, hey, I ain't gonna hold
I
you.
chumped you. I just chumped
Walt,
you. Yeah, yeah.
Walt would have had to get that shit in blood.
Yeah,
Like,
facts.
Walt would have had to come find me, all types of
And
shit.
if you do find me, what up? Like you Walter White, bro.
That's real shit.
Who
Get that
cares?
shit in blood, man.
Yeah, he won.
Combo, shout out to Combo. I think, Mo, didn't you say Combo was the most? If you had to pick a number two out that crew, it would have been
Yeah, that
Combo.
was my
Did you
guy. I
just
was
stick
I
with
was really happy to see Combo. That's my guy. I liked him out of the main three or four.
really happy to see Combo? He says he was really happy.
All right,
Okay.
let me take it
great.
back.
So
That was
Combo,
wild. My bad. Let me take it back a little bit. I'm so happy to see Combo. Like, let me chill out a little bit.
Cabo said, man, it's just very nonchalantly just says, I got you. Like, I know where we get an RV for $1,400 at 6 in the morning in Albuquerque. Like, it ain't no thing. Like, everybody needs a dot connector like that. And there are people who walk this earth like that. Like, just, oh, you need that? I know exactly where to go right now. Don't matter what time of the day. I know a guy to know a guy. That's a skill set.
Facts.
But Combo just goes to a house and comes out with the keys. It's a no paperwork type of thing. That's a flashback to a no rough stuff type of deal, whatever it was, but no paperwork type of deal. And he rushes Jesse, saying, "Man, you gotta get that out of here now." And Jesse's problem solved. He got to spend money at the strip club and got the RV, so Walt wouldn't be on his back. As we go back into the early days of Breaking Bad, what were your thoughts on seeing what Jesse was doing and the resolution
I was wondering how Jesse could spend that much money in a strip club.
in Albuquerque?
Yeah, like you spent $5 grand in an Albuquerque strip club on a Tuesday. That's nuts to me.
But
It's on brand, right?
they weren't like your typical.
No, that's what I'm saying. So it might have been harder for them to spend $5 grand because of how they look and who they was.
Yeah,
Like
okay.
it's like yeah, I mean, I guess, but yeah, it was good seeing this. We didn't know that this happened, and as viewers, the first time you seen it, so it gave a little depth to the show. And I think we've said it over the last couple episodes. This is where you feel it turning the corner for the show that everybody remembers. It's stuff like this. It's these moments. He said, I immediately remember my first time watching this when we ran it back for this episode. So yeah, I mean, all of this was good. What? What? Well, never mind.
I'll say this: it paid off, but there's a piece of me that don't like what they're doing because they did this an episode or two ago with the cartel guy, the turtle guy. Getting that. It's kind of this thing where, in my mind, I know this wasn't what they were thinking, but it's like, y'all know y'all messed up on season 2. Y'all know you effed up, right? And so now you're like kind of going back into that portal, like, oh, here's how we utilize it, and I don't know if I really like them doing it. And then this is like it works for what they're trying to do, but it's kind of this thing where it's like y'all doing this long roundabout scheme to make this bar rhyme, kind of like, because it's all about like, oh, Hank the RV, and then trying to make the connection that, oh, he's getting closer. But I don't know. I just feel like it was just like I don't know. It wasn't bad. It paid off, but I didn't care that much about it when they kind of doing this because it feels like y'all trying to like. You could tell y'all wrote in the corner. Like you could tell you wrote yourself in the corner, and now you're kind of backtracking to move this plot forward, which is successful. I just don't know if I like it like that.
Are you speaking towards like just right now, or are you talking about how you remember the whole series? Because I think some of the most epic moments come in this format from this show
I mean, I'm speaking. I guess I'm speaking like
to
just
where we are right
where
now.
we are because again, they did it like so. Combo's already dead, but it's like, oh, you know
Right.
what? He's dead. Let's bring him back, and we're gonna tie this into he's the one that got him the RV and all this. So we got that part, and then they did it the episode or two ago with the other guy that was already killed off. So it's kind of this. It feels like y'all know y'all wrote yourself in the corner now. Let's bring these people back to write ourselves into a whole nother connection. It works successfully, but I don't know if I really like it that much. It's personal preference, but it's not bad.
I kind of understand what you're saying, but I also remember this being well, this is a key way that Vince tells stories too now, right? With Saul.
Yeah.
Like they did the whole series like this, kind of like going in the future. But I do understand what you're saying. It's kind of like a cheat code. You know what I'm saying? They're using backhand information to write and move a story forward. So I do understand what you're saying, but I think they do it really well.
They do it well, and I appreciate that versus them continuing to go down the path they were. Like I can appreciate somebody who acknowledges, yo, we messed up. Let's go ahead and backtrack. You know what I mean? So yeah, it might be a little cheap or it might be a little bit convenient, but it was done well, like y'all said,
Yeah.
and we continue to move forward. I just can't. These niggas spent 5,000 on a strip club that had pasties. Like they wear pasties, and you spend 5 G's. Like this is that's fucking insane to me.
I was looking at a behind the scenes thing. Vince said that was the hardest scene to get past compliance at what is it? What's this network that just came on? What was
AMC,
it?
AMC.
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 He says the hardest scene to date, well, to this date that they had to get clearance on. Like it took them forever for them to get that cleared.
Which is wild because
They
y'all niggas
melted
still y'all
bodies.
y'all yeah y'all cooking meth. Y'all melted bodies. Like there's some other shit that's about to happen. Not about to, but that happens later in the series. Like it's just I can't even say it. I want
But
to say it
this,
right now. Like y'all
but
went
y'all
there.
tricking on some titties,
Yeah.
yeah. Like, come on.
Anyway, any other thoughts on this scene?
Combo had the Ed Hardy on. That was nostalgic. Stinky Pete had the physical camera, which is kind of crazy in at this year.
Your shirt ain't that ain't Ed Hardy. What you got on?
No.
Oh,
But shout out to Ed Hardy, man. I was rocking out with that man back then.
yeah. I thought that was.
Yeah,
I
you was
thought,
definitely Ed
I know
Hardy.
yeah, you like to do the theme. I know sometimes you.
Yeah, I do.
Good
You're
early,
right.
you was dressing up. Figured you might have pulled the Ed Hardy. Okay, it's colorful like the Ed Hardy.
It is. Yeah. Hey, man, look,
Yeah.
you got me.
Mo, you know what? Let's get into the episode.
Rich really want to ask. Let me tell you, I think I know how Rich think. Rich saying, like, what made you put that on for this recording? That's exactly why
What made you put that on and where did
like
you
he
get it?
wondering.
Like both of
He's
them.
wondering, have you had that on all day, or like did you just put that on?
Of course not. Like,
Okay.
no, I didn't have this all day.
I didn't know if you went to work in
What
there.
was the
'Cause
motivation?
you might work.
I don't know. I just feel like it needs some color. I don't know. I just need some color today. I don't know.
So when you remember when you got that shirt? Like, do you remember when? Like, you bought it?
I think it was in Indiana. I think I was in Indy then.
You remember what was going on in your life that you looked at that shirt and said, "Yo, I need that."
I was feeling the vibe. Like it's it was just gave me some nostalgia.
Maybe if you stood up and I saw the whole thing, it'd probably make a lot more sense.
It continues.
That's the whole, it's one of those you got to see the whole fit. I got it.
It's literally just like a beach style type shirt. I felt it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, it works.
Hey, ugly shirts need love too.
Hey, nobody said that word. Nobody said that word. Let's get into the episode, y'all. Welcome back to an episode of No More Half Measures, of Breaking Bad podcast. I'm your host, Rich, joined by the world-class Maurice Hunt III and the legend Spike Lee. Fellas, how y'all doing this week?
What up, though?
Man, keep it brewing, stewing. This episode we renewing.
I love it, man. I love it. I really do. You're bringing me around, Mo. I can't lie. Like it's close. I'm not there yet, but it's getting closer. Like I love the commitment. I love
Right
the
up.
commitment.
I appreciate that.
We appreciate y'all joining us. Please remember to like, subscribe, share. Obviously, we're back with your favorite trios back talking about prestige television. Hit us up. Let us know what you're thinking. Let us know if you're interested in other things that we're a part of. We have a lot of things, way too many to kind of name. But if you follow us at another week, excuse me, at a not another.
No more half
No
measures.
more. Thank you. Shit. See,
It's
I told you we got a lot of shit.
It'd be like
Got a lot of
that.
shit.
Even in the background, it'd still be like that.
Yeah, so if you follow us at No More Half Measures, you can find all of our individual pages and see everything else we're part of. So we appreciate you. Not only that, but if you leave comments, DMs, the whole nine, we will include you in our episodes. Please remember, Instagram is NMHM _ Breaking Bad Pod. Once again, NMHM _ Breaking Bad Pod. And the email address is nomorehalfmeasurespod@gmail.com. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into some comments and some emails. First and foremost, we got a Spotify comment. Brandon Christopher wrote in a couple of episodes ago, if I'm not mistaken. This episode, does it tell me which episode he's commenting on? It doesn't, so I don't know which episode this is referring to. This episode right here, fellas, has got to be a classic, and not just because my name was mentioned, but it may have something to do with it. LOL. But seriously, the point Spike made about Skyler's wicked showing of her true sexual powers was hilarious. She definitely showed Ted she got that thing on her. If I was Walt, I would be sick, stomach in knots, liver shot, and definitely going gun shopping. Yes. That kind of reminds me of the... I said, me and Lou never talked about this directly, but I know we both follow sports, and if you do follow sports, you've been hearing about the Mike Vrabel, Diana Rossini whole scandal and whatnot. And I sent, as the stories were coming out, I sent Lou the link, and then I sent the gif of OJ in court with the gloves. Because what are we doing
Ain't
at this
no
point?
way. Because ain't
What
no
are we
way.
doing at this? You rent a boat while my girl pregnant, and you named them after. Come on, man. Like this is. I mean, some things just reach a certain point, but keep it clean, everybody. Keep it clean. That's all I'm saying.
Hey,
And we
we
appreciate
got
the
enough-
comment, Brandon.
Yeah, we appreciate the comment, Brandon. Thank you.
And you know, like when it ain't, I know we would never tolerate that type of thing, but when you at odds with her, and it's like you can't really tell her nothing at this point because you might be in the doghouse. They're going out. I'm going out. Where you can't even ask where you going, when you gonna be back. You got to live with it. Then you just kind of like that's probably the closest version of like knots in stomach where you're like, man, hey, what's going on with you, brother? I'm just going through something right now. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I ain't feeling.
I guess since these things live in history, it might be a safe time to tell y'all. If you can't tell by my sarcasm, we're not telling you to actually go OJ. I'm just saying.
No, I guess you should probably say that in this era. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's gonna live forever. I don't want anybody to.
Yeah.
I don't want to get a subpoena to court.
Well, OJ didn't do nothing, though.
Exactly. You know what? Great point, Lou.
So,
Great point.
all right.
OJ innocent.
All right. That's
We got another YouTube comment.
wonderful
I'm glad-
justice
hey,
system. Our justice system.
Hey, man.
Peace.
YouTube comment, season 2, episode 4. Down. This comes from Ant. What's it? Ant Shall Fife? I don't know. Small words. My bad. I know Ant, so I see that. Correct us if we're wrong. Hello. I wanted to write in to tell you all how much I appreciate this podcast. This podcast has kept me sane during college. College. All right, then.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I really enjoy how respectful you guys are with each other. Not really talking over one another. Okay, that's what you meant.
I was gonna say, is he listening to the right podcast?
Yeah. Let me say that again. I really enjoy how respectful you guys are with each other, not really talking over one another. It makes following along with the conversation more digestible. Additionally, as someone who was not rewatching the show, I really appreciate how much time you guys take into setting the scenes. Now, that's interesting. Let me pause real quick. This isn't the email, but that's very interesting. And this might have happened on Good Earners if somebody wrote in and said this, but I'm pretty sure we did because I feel like we touched on this conversation briefly where I'm somebody, if I'm doing a rewatch podcast, I'm watching the episode and I'm listening. I think that says something, and I guess it says something to what we're doing to where somebody can listen to it without even watching the show. Either
My,
they're very well versed in Breaking Bad, or they just like our personalities, and I think that's dope. I take that as a huge
yeah,
compliment.
my sister, she listened to majority of our Good Earners episode, never watched The Sopranos, and she said, "Yeah, I just feel like I know what's going on. The way y'all describe the scenes, I just, and plus like how y'all were, like it's a show within the show. So, yeah, and of course, you know, us being professionals, like we know what post production sounds like when you're talking over each other. So you gotta like, you know,
Yeah, yeah. No,
That
no
was
drink
dope.
champs over here.
Oh my
I still got
God.
more to the email.
make some
I still got more to the email.
noise.
Let me continue on with their email. First off, I want to address the in-ground pool in the White's residence. What were they thinking? I would be terrified and 24/7 worrying about my child falling into the pool. No way. On a serious note, I know you all hate on Skyler a lot, and I agree with most of it, but I think Skyler is a necessary character just executed poorly. Breaking Bad would not be the show it is if it did not delve into emotions/morals. Walter needing to hide his actions from the police is a surface level pressure that does not change/challenge him as a person. Just a real quick reminder: this is season 2, episode 4.
That's
So
that's what I
this
was just about
person
to
is
say.
a little bit behind. Yeah, they're a little bit behind, so not caught up. Continuing on, Skyler is in perfect position to challenge Walter emotionally and morally, and change this series of actions into a story. Think about it. Would you care more about the opinion of someone who you've known for over a decade or a random cop? Walter White as the main protagonist reminds me of um, Frank Calhoun from the Wasp Factory, which is a controversial book that I would not recommend based on its content. However, it is a book that has insane prose. It is a book that manipulates its reader. You sympathize with Frank not based on his actions, because of how convincing his justifications are. You believe that his perspective is true. Walter's justifications for why he does things manipulates the watcher and makes it so that we are not watching the show with a clear lens. Walter's justifications are convincing because he has convinced him and the audience that he is a family man. Lastly, I want to mention the setting. Not a single set in this entire show feels fake. It's insane how in any setting in the show I feel like I can smell it. The crack houses are especially beautifully done sets because it does a fine line of being disgusting without it being cartoonish. The natural imagery in this show is also beautiful. This show is not afraid to use the desert as its own character. It is such a pivotal part. It might seem wild and primitive. It's the place where Walter and Jesse start. But no matter what bigger and badder gadgets the cooks get, these characters cannot escape the wilderness that they crawled out of. Couple of things. You really love television and film. I can tell by your description, and also I can tell you in college. That's you write papers on the regular.
Facts.
Like I can tell.
Yeah.
We appreciate that
Facts.
comment.
That was dope. That was a
Anything to
dope
say
email.
about it?
That was a
Yeah,
really
for
good
sure.
email. I think he hit on a lot of good notes. Like you said, you can't tell he in college. He using that muscle memory. But I don't think we've been giving us. I think we've
But
been more than giving us with
I think we
Skyler.
only
I don't
had
know.
that first episode, and then
Yeah,
I
we've
think
been
that might have been maybe first in a season one,
first
maybe
couple of
because she was
episodes,
all up
maybe.
on it, all up his ass. Like we kind of,
Yeah,
but other
yeah.
than, I mean, that's probably what he might be referring to. But like it quickly shifts, so it
It turned
sucks
real quick.
because he's leaving this like back then, and we're here. So by the time he hears this, it's like, so
It's like a
yeah,
loop.
We'll work it out.
yeah, it's a weird thing.
Like in a loop. I got
We'll
it.
work it out.
Not about the email, but what we was pre-recording. Mo, you said I got a certain tone about my jokes. People that was listening and heard that OJ line, that was the perfect example of it. They're like, "Is he for real or is he joking?"
Yeah, because
I loved it.
you don't
That's
shift.
that's
You
right in
don't.
my alley.
Your tone doesn't shift much. So that's what people got to really listen in. Like people know I'm joking because I could get very cartoon and animated and colorful with how I joke. You know, but like people like you, my wife's like that too. Where it's like you have to really be paying attention because she's in a certain tone and you got to be listening. Like, oh, okay, you joking? I got you.
Lou don't send the LOL on the text. He
No,
let you figure it
nah,
out.
nah.
I mean, yeah,
He let you figure it out.
Yeah, no JK, no nothing like
No
this.
JK, no LOL, no laughing emojis.
ain't
Like,
no
Straight up,
emoji.
yeah, I meant
nothing.
that shit.
Oh shit.
We got a DM from our guy Kiori. I mentioned last week I was going to tell y'all because we discussed his music video and the song. If you're looking for him on Instagram, Kiori the Okapi. It's KYORITHE OKAPI. I'll say that one more time. KYORITHE OKAPI. API. Check him out on Instagram. You can see everything that he's doing. The songs he was doing the 10-day challenge. I've been following his story.
He put
Same
one of
with
his
Lou.
songs
So
up there.
getting people's. Yeah, I saw it. I saw it, man. I saw it. Yeah, I discussed this on Good Earners once. I checked out a couple of them. He dropped like a 2-pack once or a couple songs at once, and I was fucking with it. So shout out to
Okay.
Kiori. He
And this
wrote
is an
in.
ad, y'all. Kiora paid us to do this, so we just letting you know.
Hey, that means hey, if you want to get your stuff promoted and sponsored, we sure take payola here.
Kiori writes in, man, what up, fellas? I wanted to reach out and thank y'all for the shout out last episode. I really appreciated it since it was my first music video with the full on crew, and I'm proud of what we were able to put out. That's even more dope. Shout out to you, Kiori.
Yeah.
We know what it's like to kind of just work, dream, create, and just hit these milestones. So shout out to you for that. Continuing on. Side note, Spike mentioned he was going to rewatch The Wire, and I wanted to ask if you guys think I should watch it right now or wait until you inevitably covered it in the future. I've never seen it, but my brother and you guys have always said how amazing it is, and I've been meaning to watch it. Curious how it would go if I follow any future pod you guys do without any prior knowledge. Like Carmine Sr. said, I appreciate your thoughts. That's a good question.
That's a good
because
question, man.
It depends on. So here's the thing about The Wire, and I know for sure Lou's going to agree. I don't know where Mo stands on it, but The Wire is a show that every time you watch it, you're picking up new things. Like it's just a large world. Not as large as Game of Thrones, but it's a large universe. There's a lot of characters, a lot of different structures that they discuss, like the themes. Every scene has a theme, and it's really like a structure. So you talk about in season 1 the drug trade, then you talk about the ports in season 2. Season 3 is the political infrastructure. Season 4 is education. Season 5 is media, print media in particular. So the characters, the city of Baltimore is the main character, and all these themes are like the pillars, and all the people that you get to see in this world are what makes the show so fascinating. I say that to say it doesn't do any harm to watch it more than once because it'll be like a fresh watch by the time we get to it because there's so much going on. It might be overwhelming trying to watch it and wait because it's not one of those shows either. You're not going to want to watch it and then wait for the pod and wait every week. You're going to binge that joint. Like it's one of those. So it depends on what your preference is. If you want to go in cold, but a lot of the inside jokes, a lot of the stuff that we might reference, you won't understand because you might not know all these characters. We might be on the first episode and talk about a character you might not meet until season 4 or season 3. So my recommendation would be to watch it just because there's so much to it. But if you don't want to do that, I understand as well because we're not even sure if that's going to be our next show that we do after Breaking Bad. We might do one more. I will say this. I think I'm comfortable or confident saying this. We haven't really discussed it. I don't think it's going to be our next one, but it's probably going to be the one after that. Like I don't think we can keep pushing off The Wire.
I think
it's
so.
It's going to be soon, and it very well could be our next one, depending on how we feel. But
Yeah. That sounds about right to me. In my mind, that's probably. I think our next one, and we ain't talked about it, but I think our next one is going to be really left field. I don't know why, but I think our next one is going to be a left field where it's like, oh, I didn't know. Oh, y'all into that? Oh man, this is going to be real interesting. I don't know what it's going to be, but that's how I feel.
Yeah, I think it's got to be something real convincing to do something else before the Wire. Like I do believe the next one will be something different, but I can't do full
itch is
TV
coming.
podcast. Yeah, before to do in the Wire. So
Okay.
to answer your question, Kiori, I'm on the fence because experiencing for the first time is one thing, but also something that Rich said while he was talking made me think like you ain't gonna want to wait. So you can stop robbing yourself of this TV experience and go ahead and watch it now. And it may be 2 years before we do The Wire. So then 2 years later, you can watch it again because that's usually how I watch it about every 2 years.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's definitely
so
it's an 18 for me. It's an 18-month rotation. Like,
yeah,
no later than 2 years, 18 to 24 months. I got to rewatch it. It's that good.
Yeah, I probably got to
The
put
Wire
some
like your
Sopranos on
favorite.
there.
Yeah, The Wire like your favorite book. Like you can pick it up and read it at any time and be like, yeah, I'm back in this world. So yeah, I would say go on and watch it. Go on and watch it. Go on and get familiar with everything that's going on because it's not gonna be one of those things where you waiting a week. We miss an episode. You might have to wait 2 weeks during Christmas. Like, nah,
And
don't do yourself like that, bro.
Yeah.
Go ahead and watch it.
And
There gonna
I
be some long episodes. I'm gonna tell y'all right. Them
oh
gonna
goodness.
be good earner length.
It's gonna be them
2.5,
Them Joe
2:45.
Rogan
Right. It's
episodes
a
right there, like
Friday.
3-4 hours.
And I'll add to it because I'm, I like The Wire the least here. But what I would say is it's definitely better to watch it on your own because you get your own interpretation. Get your own feelings about it. Because if it's your first watch with us, you're not leaving yourself room to catch things on your own or miss things, so to speak. You're kind of going with whatever we're kind of laying out there. You're like, oh, damn. And then you're going to end up watching it again anyway. Because now you watched it, you listened to it. Now you want to go back and see, oh, I didn't catch that. Let me go back to, so I definitely would say watch it first, get your own interpretation, your own vibe and feelings for it. And then you watch, when we do it, then you be like, okay, that's how I felt when I watched it. Or it's like, oh, I didn't see it that way at all. So yeah, that's my 2 cents to what these brothers
That's
argue.
an excellent point. That is an excellent point because you're gonna hear us since we've seen it so many times. At least I know me and Rich. I'm not sure how many times Mona watched it through, but we gonna say shit about stuff that you seen that you ain't. You gonna be like, damn, for real? I ain't peeped it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it would probably be good for you to go ahead and watch it, think on it, sit with it, and then when you listen, I think it's gonna be even better. The podcast gonna be even better, and your rewatch gonna be better.
It's gonna be I'll say it right. It's gonna be the nerdiest thing I ever do in my life. Like when I talk about nerd out, like I'm gonna spend like that's part of the reason we ain't done it because I know, and like I've said this before, it's almost like the Sistine Chapel. It's the high mark. It's doing. I don't know what artists try to do. Whatever the goal is, Madison Square Garden. If you a comic, like it's that.
That's gonna be my thriller.
It don't get higher than that. Like yeah, that's it. Like
That's my
everything else is
thriller,
just
yeah.
extra. Like just talking about The Wire for all the 5 seasons. Yeah,
And
we'll get to
I'll
it.
feel a lot like after we finish this and possibly do one more, I feel like we'll have the capability to make the wire one perfect because we would be have so used to each other by then, even like we already are now. But it'll just be even better as it continues to do stuff together on these shows. By the time we get to the wire, chef's kiss.
No doubt.
Not to say that these ain't; these already are. So.
For sure, man. Appreciate you, Kiori. We got an email from Zane Hawkins. Zane Hawkins titled, "So glad I found you guys. I found you guys a few months ago because I wanted to see if there was a Breaking Bad review pod out there that I like and because I've rewatched this show probably more than any other. Since then, I've caught up on this pod, did a Sopranos rewatch, and listened to most of Good Earners. These pods are perfect for my workday, and I love your guys' takes on both shows, even though I disagree with a lot of takes, especially on Breaking Bad. You guys were mean as fuck to this show the first 2 seasons, and for the record, you put some respect on Skinny P, not Stinky.
Nah, he still stank. He still stank. No, just
I already called him Stinky P this episode.
Shout out to Zane, man. Appreciate that.
yeah, hey,
no
people
doubt.
standing up for their show out here, man. I respect it.
I fuck with it.
I do. I respect that.
The email
Ain't mad at
continues. The email continues. The Wire has always been my number 1, with Sopranos and Breaking Bad close 2 and 3. After this most recent Sopranos rewatch, Breaking Bad is without a doubt number 2 in every way. Sopranos is a great show, but it's definitely 3rd place. I love to give all the reasons why, but I don't want the cold cuts treatment. So I'm happy. Hey, I love that shit. That shit's never gonna die. That shit's never gonna die. I love to give all the reasons why, but I don't want the cold cuts treatment, so I'm trying to keep this as short as possible. If you guys ever decide to let a fan join for a Back of the Bean to have that battle, I'm down. Zane, we've done that before. You're more than welcome. I'm sure we can set that up. Closing out the email. What'd you say?
Go ahead. I said that
closing out the
you may
email.
have the opportunity soon.
Yeah, it could happen. I'm enjoying checking out your other shows as well. Specifically, love the Sinners review on frames per second. I'll cut it there, but I just wanted to let you guys know that I greatly appreciate and respect what you do, and I'll save my show notes for an email next week. Just had to finally say what's up. Zane from Iowa. Zane, Iowa. We appreciate you, man.
Appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
Send that
ever
in.
seen-
We'll read it. Send that in. We want to know what you think the biggest comparisons is and what makes this better.
Yeah,
Because I couldn't think of.
because
Shout out to Matt, because Matt started this wave. Shout out
yeah,
to
yo,
Matt did start this
Matt did start this wave, and I'm gonna keep it. I respect your opinion, your thoughts, but Breaking Bad is J. Cole. All right, like it ain't. There's no way it's Kendrick or Drake. It's the number three. It's bronze. Like let's keep it a bean. It's bronze. Like this is not all of that. But I respect it. I get it. I don't know. I mean, I guess you rewatched it so much, but our review is different. But even doing it now, but like I respect it. But like nah, I just there's not a world I could see this better. I can give it up for The Wire. I'm like okay, that's cool. The Wire, Kendrick, cool. Sopranos, Drake, cool. But there's no way Breaking Bad is better than Sopranos. I just can't. There's not a world. The character's not even better. Like the villains, maybe. It's the conversation. You're right. You're right. Spike said it. It's a conversation. We need to have a talk. But I don't know. We probably got to announce spoilers. Probably.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. If we gonna have a talk, then we got to be through with Breaking Bad. So never mind. It may not be soon.
Yeah.
If we gonna have a full talk, you know what I'm
that's
saying?
true.
We got to finish this first, so we won't.
We
step
can
on
always
that.
we'll circle back. We'll circle back.
We'll
for
circle
sure.
back. Okay. Okay.
Just stay in contact with us, Zane. We'll definitely be in contact with you.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Send that email next week.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Lastly, y'all know how it is.
The one who writes.
The one
Who
who
writes
writes.
Acid Jack's email is titled "Green Light, All Right." Fellas, first up, Spike, and he crossed Spike's name out. I mean Walter, a nasty ass dude. It's a joke. And shout out to me, man. I definitely did that without trying to. So good call back, Acid Jacks. Yo, I'm just breaking balls. Don't come heavy for me. And besides, Rich said it first. You know, Atari playing, 5 wall punching, plain Lays and flaming hot Cheetos eating, Cersei empathizing, podcast legend, and Spike motherfucking Lou is my dog. As with Rich and Mo, I have a lot of time for the good work you good earnest crew. For you good, I can't even speak. As with Rich and Mo, I have a lot of time for the good work you good earnest crew do. But real talk, this episode of the podcast had me weak. I don't think I laughed as much while agreeing and nodding aggressively with so many astute and legit hilarious observations since, well, most of your week shows. But this one hit harder than Skyler High. You know what? I'm going to save you the trouble and just go ahead and self-censor myself here for this one. Because I told y'all, Skyler a freak. Shout out to Lil Boosie. I told y'all niggas for half a season, Walter's wife has been looking at Ted the way Gomi eye a pinata. And dead ass.
Oh,
I know, right? And dead ass, the way she broke that motherfucker off to elicit the reverse Harlem Nights Richie. Instead of I ain't coming home no more, she sucked a move in with me request out of him instead. Well, I don't need to physically see a Mo moment to know how Skyler get down. Skyler could fuck the stripes off a zebra. Skyler could pull a line like Hank with the tweaker. She told Ted, is that it? This is your balls working at maximum capacity? Skyler need no post-nut clarity. This bitch made a play fuck up Walt's whole life. Shout out to K-Dot. Speaking of, gentlemen, we all have bad days. But can you think of anything worse than pulling up on someone you know has been spearing your woman and leave even a bigger loser than before you rode in? Ted Willis may picked his head out of the office door and told Walt, how about that? I'm fucking your wife. How about that? That would have been hilarious, actually. Buddy
They closed it real quick.
yeah, Buddy could have gone full out of time Denzel. If anybody, hey, shout out to that reference.
Shout out of time, man.
I'm banging
It used
your
to be
wife.
my shit.
Good.
Yeah.
We did that recently. We did that 2 episodes ago on Culture Garden.
Really, I'm gonna check it out.
No, you're not. While Walter thinks he could almost respect the Ted who had the balls to confront him, but maybe this man, there's nothing he would rather tell you there's nothing he would rather do than tell Walt you're a lousy husband and that you don't deserve Skyler. Maybe there's nothing he would rather do than walk up to you in your face and look you right in the eye and tell you, Walt, I'm banging your wife. Good. Instead, not less than 12 hours later, Skyler's knees once again banging the bedhead, and my estimation of Ted Beneke as a homewrecker just fucking skyrocketed. Walter in this episode, such a fucking loser, he makes George Costanza look like Lenny Kravitz. Okay, I said my piece, Chrissy. A couple last observations for the chemical reactions. It might be a mochaccino stretch, but the way Hank punked out at the airport reminded me of Walter's fake airport visit and other parallels between characters in the show. The example here being Hank's arc has him evolving in the same way that Walter's arc has him improving at being a gangster. Hank is improving at being a cop. It was a nice change of pace to see Hank do some actual detective work and hunt down the RV. Side note, where's my arc? P.S. MAGA Mo is reference to when our mochaccino declared the Mexican DEA bros speak American. Shout out to Kiori for the callback, and shout out to the legends taking time to write in. R.I.P. Michelle. Props to all of you for sticking out another. Props to all of you for sticking out another very lengthy message. Until next time, I'll conjure Denzel and Out of Town one last time to say, give Skyler my best, if you can. Peace and to Acid Jacks. Oh man, Acid Jacks, man.
Another classic, man.
Hey,
Another classic.
Dropping another classic verse on us. Hey, man. Y'all
Yeah.
gotta chill. Y'all
We
gotta
reel 'em
chill.
off every week, bro.
Y'all gotta chill on the Magabo. Like I could take the
You
jokes,
told
but
these niggas speak American, man.
hey, man. Hey, I mean, what? What do you want?
what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? Like that mean I'm a supporter because I say speak American?
Yes, Mo. That's what that means.
That's exactly what that means, Mo. In the background, I heard Mo say, build the wall.
Oh, I build the wall. Y'all gonna have people really thinking I'm one of them coon niggas that I seen a commercial so crazy for somebody running for governor that was like, oh, he has Trump support. I was like,
We ain't gonna do that. Your shirt does it.
Right. You look like
it be your own people. It be your own people. I ain't got nothing to say now. that's they double
All
down
right,
with
man.
y'all.
We officially MAGA Mo is retired. No more MAGA Mo. He's gone. He won't wear that shirt no more. He won't ask people to speak American. He won't say beans speak, none of that. All right, no more MAGA Mo. He gone. He out of there, y'all. It's a new day.
I've learned from my ways.
Before we get into the episode, there will be spoilers and explicit content. Today's episode, Season 3, Episode 5, Mas. This premiered April 18th, 2010. Directed by Johan Wink. Written by Mariah Wally Beckett. And the show is currently streaming on Netflix. One of my favorite moments of the week. Spike Lee, do we have a synopsis for this
Rich,
episode?
we have a synopsis for this episode, and it reads like this. Skyler seems to be enjoying her new entanglement until she's not. Gomi has some big news for Hank, but Hank is preoccupied in trying to find an RV. Gus doubles down on his recruiting of Walt, and Marie feels like Hank ain't talking to her. This is Season 3, Episode 5, Moss.
Thank you for that, Spike Lou. Fellas, let's get into it. Skyler, as Lou said in his synopsis, she's at Ted's. And it appears that they are showering after doing what they do. Skyler might need another shower based on how she's reacting to this heated floor. She's loving it. She's loving the heated floors. She makes mention of bringing this Buick of her purse and hauling it around. And Ted, once again, you know you can leave some things over here, right? You know you can, leave a couple items here and there. Skyler is continuing her double life as she is at home, setting the table, and asks Flynn to go get Walt. But Walt is in the closet on the phone with Jesse, arguing as they do when Jesse is accusing him of making a side deal to take half of the money from the meth that he cooked. Walt just can't stand Jesse knowing the recipe and doing just as good of a job. Saul tries to intervene before Walt bangs it on them and figures out what the next move is. Fellas, we got Skyler with Ted, and then she with her boyfriend and then going home to her husband. And then we also have Walt trying to get to the bottom of what happened with this cash that was handed to him or thrown at him in the last episode. What are our thoughts as we start this episode?
The not contradictions, but the drastic differences in what's going on at Ted house with her and how you could see she would totally be happy. The heated floors, nice house, shit's sweet over there. She got a robe on. She got the hotel robe on.
I'm not a feet nigga. I'm not a foot nigga. Any of y'all niggas feet niggas?
Yeah, I am.
Or is that how Skyler's feet?
No.
Nah, that ain't it.
I mean, they're not terrible, but no, it's still kind of like it kind of a. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna leave it there. I will leave
all
it
of
there.
that whole sequence was wild. So I'm just gonna leave it right there. The fact that y'all tried to act like that was normal, it was wild.
Y'all see I'm on one today, man. I just try to.
Yeah.
I'm just observing things.
Hey.
And I got questions. That's all.
I appreciate y'all. Yeah, appreciate the
I don't
honesty.
even know
I
this.
could cap.
It ain't my
Oh, that's
thing, so that's why I wanted to
Yeah.
know if he was one of y'all's. Scoop
I ain't even
never
gonna hold
boots
you. I
out.
didn't even notice her feet till you just said
Oh
something. I
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
even
That was like a
pay
quick.
no
I mean,
attention
well,
to it.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
well, nah, not at
They
all.
did
That's
that for they did they
hilarious,
Tar-
man.
they got they
I promise you
Tarantino
this.
Tarantino.
I promise you this. There's no other Bad podcast you gonna hear that mention her feet in this scene.
Yeah,
So you're welcome,
I
man.
promise.
You're welcome.
Or a host
This
admitting that he does like the.
that too.
Yeah,
Yes.
you ain't gonna get that.
The stark contrast where from Ted's house to her house to where literally you got this dude who you assume is rich, like begging you to stay, leave your stuff here, baby. Oh yeah, adjust the temperature on the wall for the heated floors. You like that joint? Yeah, the contractor tell like big boy talk. And you go home, you got the frozen peas and carrots on the stove. Like you feeding them instant mashed potatoes and probably those nasty Salisbury steaks that you buy out of the
Oh,
freezer. Them
mm-mm.
joints. They used to hit back in the day, but
Mm-hmm.
now you couldn't even eat that as an adult. That's probably what she feed Walt Jr.
yeah,
after
trying
just
to make
getting
some
her
gravy.
back broke.
You think she made gravy?
Nah, it come with it.
They come with the
The
gravy.
gravy froze. It's
Mm.
froze. Rich was rich coming up, Mo. He don't know about that struggle. He don't know about that
Hey,
struggle
hey, listen.
Salisbury
The
steak.
Salisbury. Hey, that
Just
was the
throw that
only
mother.
steak I ever had till it been an adult. Let's keep it a bean. Wasn't no steak as a kid, bro.
I won't go that far, Mo, but
Oh, I was
yes.
okay. Let me. You over there with Rich did.
Nah, we went to
Throw him in the
Ponderosa though.
bathroom. Throw him in the bathroom.
It was Ponderosa. We went to Ponderosa to get that
Shout
shit
out to
was like eight
Ponderosa.
ninety nine.
That
Y'all
Shout out
remember
to Ponder.
Ponderosa?
Shout out to
but that
Ponderosa.
wasn't that additional though. If you wanted steak from the little that area, you had to
Yeah.
pay like a.
Nah,
Now you had to pay extra for the steak.
Yeah, that's
You can
so,
get the
I thought
steak.
that's all
You
they
can get
had.
you can get the steak and then add the buffet with it.
yeah,
The steak wasn't coming with the buffet. You had to
yeah.
add that on with the butter and the
So
onions.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
you got the onions and the mushrooms and joints with it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Throw him in the
they
bathroom.
had
You over there with Rich?
But yeah, the Ponderosa, I mean not the Ponderosa, but the Salisbury steak with the frozen gravy, that's
Hmm.
definitely what she feeding Walt Jr. And this man is arguing in the closet in y'all daughter room with some crackhead and some sleazy lawyer. Like, just know the everything over here, bro. Like I to that emailer's point, no, we not blaming Skyler for cheating. She actually should have been like, yeah, you know what? I am gonna move some stuff in here. Cause everybody at this house on bullshit.
Hmm.
Her son calling her bitch, like, nah, I'm out. I'm out. It's over with. But I guess she love her family.
Yeah, I was gonna ask y'all, and I know you got to go, Mo, or touch on it, but there was a little bit when she was setting that plate for Walt. There was a little bit of, I don't know, guilt. I don't know. I wanted to see
Yeah,
what
she
y'all thought about
enjoying
that. But
herself too
what do you,
much.
yeah, like she feel bad that she is abandoning her family.
I mean, I think,
Yes.
yeah, I mean, I think it's just, it started off one thing, like, I just wanted to get revenge on Walt, but I'm continually doing it. I think we're to believe that some time has passed, you know what I mean? Because obviously they're a little more cordial than they have been, even though they're still at odds. So this has kind of been going on for a while to the point I think Ted is really comfortable, like with her, like, hey, you could leave some stuff here. He's hugged up on her like this is his girl, you know. So I
No,
think
this is
they're,
girl.
oh yeah, you're right. She on Ted now. Uh, but um, but it is. I think it's just this idea where it's like a little bit of post nut clarity. You know, you just have one of those random moments, epiphanies, where you look around like, what am I doing? Because everybody's been there, like, bro, what am I doing? It just didn't click. I think it's clicking for not to say, oh, Walt is so this, but like he's not going nowhere, and I'm just doing this for me. So
It's funny because we just did Soul Food for Culture Garden, and it always that what you saying like that moment of what am I doing? That's Miles and Faith. Like that after everything that deed, like just that look of shame they both had because they were just caught up in the moment. Sometimes that emotion just gets the best of you, and then you really get back to real life, and it's like, oh shit, I'm tripping, like I'm bugging. I need to lock in. What about the thoughts on the conversation with Walt and Jesse? Walt hiding in his closet of his daughter's room, on the phone with Jesse, trying to figure out what's what. Because Walt is confused as well. What are y'all thoughts on that?
I don't even see why this is that difficult, to be honest with you.
bro,
Like if I know he got the money, I'm pulling up on Walt. You finna give me my money. It's easy. It's open and shut, bro. Cause I can whoop your ass, or I can just out you to your family. Like, yeah, he still sell drugs. As a matter of fact, we just made this little payment, and he owe me this little money. Like, I'm not going through Saul. I'm not finna have this conversation with you on the phone. I ain't finna let you figure it out. I don't got no conspiracy theories about you telling him that telling Gus that you get not no nigga. He gave you my money. We've established that I'm finna come get it. I'm gonna be outside. You can bring it out there to me. You can sit it outside, but put my money somewhere where I can get it, and we can go on about our day. That's it. That's the end of the conversation.
And what bothered me more than that was just Walt is so delusional. It's like she already know what's up. She know you got another phone. Like that's what spawned this whole thing. You're still hiding in the closet like she don't know what's up. You know she cheating. She know you dealing. Like it's like if anything, like because he's like you're so devoted to being at the house because you think you can change her mind that you won't even leave the room for your side hustle business or whatever. Bro, just go to the car. I was so bothered. And this is why like we talk about the show comparison. This is why it's just like, bruh, the listener said it earlier. I don't know if it was Zane or the other one, but they were like, "Oh, he's like finessing us, like he's finessing everyone." But it's like not when you watch it numerous of times. You're not under that lens. It's like
You're not finessed.
yeah, he's not. He's really not gangster like at all. Which he's not supposed to be. He's a school teacher, a chemist. But it's like when we get to the later moments, you're like, you goddamn right and all that stuff. It's just like no, bro. Like I don't care.
Cartoonish.
I don't care how we get there. We see your heart, bro, and it's just you just can't convince me. So it's just he do silly stuff like this, and it's just like, bro, you're so lame, and I don't believe you. And then you know that's why I didn't like how the later scene played out, but we'll get there.
See, I agree with what you're saying. It's kind of it's irritating, but it's also kind of brilliant because when we looking at it, especially for a second or third time, you irritated by it. You like, bro, like, come on, Walt. But it's also some shit once you think about it, it's shit that Walter would do because he don't got no go listen to another week in the books. We talking about the spectrum stuff yesterday. Like Walt on the spectrum. Like he's really smart, but you do dumb shit like what you said, man, when you talking on the phone in the closet. Like, I'm a man, bro. Like this shit already established. Now she just told you she was fucking someone else in y'all kitchen last week. I'm not hiding to talk to nobody on the phone.
Yeah.
Like the only person that can't hear this is Walt Jr.
Yeah,
And like you said, Mo, go to the car, but it's supposed to make us feel like that too, I believe, as well. Like there's like the stark contrast between what's going on where there's a real man at Ted's house, a real man, quote unquote, allegedly at Ted's house, where he got the house set up and everything nice, like I was saying before, and then you over here with this imitation man, Walt, who's like just doing dumb shit that he probably would do though, because that's how lame he is. But that also, now to your point too, Mo, like when he go do shit like "don't cook in my town," when we was talking about that on previous episodes, like break it out. I would smack
I'd have spit in Walt's face.
oh,
Walt the type of person. He's perfect example of that Spider-Man meme. When you do walk up and just smack him in the back of the head and sit down, like that's Walt. Like, come on, bro, what's up, nigga? What's up,
That's the
nigga?
biggest. That's the biggest difference between this, and I know not to keep making the references. When we talk about Sopranos, it's the frustration is that Walt is one of those people where I look at him and I'm like, bro, it won't even get that far. That's why our perspectives of it, we look at this, especially if we Jesse, like it's not even getting this far, bro. Like I'll beat your ass right here. Every time I see you, I'll beat your ass. Like, what are we talking about? So I never, even if I think I could beat somebody up on Sopranos, at least I think about it. You know what I mean? Like at least they pose some sort of threat. You know what I mean? Walt poses zero threat to me. Like I feel like I could punk Walt every single day. I can rob
what he
him.
gonna do?
Because what the fuck are you gonna do about it? And that's why none of it, like you said, going to Saul, like, bruh, fuck all that. I know where this nigga live. I'm going to his house right now.
I'm gonna pull up. I'm pulling up. The conversation would have been really simple. Hey, you got my bread. I'm on my way. That's it. You figure everything else out with your wife, whatever it may be. You want me to be there? That's fine. Oh, that's fine. I don't care. We ain't even business
I'm gonna
together.
give you a
Bring
wedgie
me
in
my
front of
money.
your family. Give you a wedgie in front of your family.
bro, I feel like Artie Bucco will work him.
That's what
He
I'm
will.
saying. Like, bro, you
Will.
lame.
Artie will work. Artie will work, Walt.
We saw Artie work Benny.
Well, we see Artie get work too, though, like from the little
French dude ripped
his earring out, threw him out. Like, bro, you ain't get your money back, dog. Hey, he was practicing in the mirror and everything. That's crazy.
Shout out to
Oh
Artie.
man,
Shout out to Artie.
damn, War.
Any other thoughts before we go to the next scene?
Uh, look, he fried. Hey, good
Cause
moments,
I
man.
remember that little French shit.
It's God.
Smack that nigga.
It's God. Like, look.
Hey,
It's
man,
a risk,
that's
man.
how
What you want me to tell you?
that's how I would be with Walt. That was the
Yeah,
perfect
exactly.
example. That's
Exactly.
exactly how I would be with Walt. How the little French dude was with Artie. Like, bro, what
Hmm.
you even over here talking about? Man? Come on, my
Even
buddy.
at the cold open, bro, if he gave you 7 G's, you ain't never getting no RV.
Walking
You ain't
off with
get,
that,
Yeah.
man,
You cook.
throwing
like I
this
said,
phone away. Like you ain't never gonna see me again. Nigga, like, get the fuck out of here.
like I
Run
said,
off
man.
with it.
Like I said,
Roll
shout out to
we.
Mr. Big, man. Get you 12 white folks and take that shit to trial,
Yeah,
my
take
nigga.
that shit to trial, nigga. Tell
I don't
tell
know what
your
to tell
brother-in-law, nigga. Tell your brother-in-law I stole
you. Cause
eight
fuck
thousand
you.
dollars from you for you trying to buy some milk.
We got Hank and Gomez, man. They expecting RVs, but it's in the middle of the night. Hank is taking this RV Heisenberg investigation to a whole nother level. We see how obsessed he is with it. Gomez isn't feeling it. Like Gomez just basic police 101. There's no evidence, there's no smells, there's nothing out here that's indicating why we should be looking at this RV in particular. Like, let's go ahead and call it a night. Hank says, fuck that, runs out the car, climbs on top of this RV, and looks down on some peeping Tom shit to see two residents inside. Of course, they see him cause a commotion. Hank and Gomez have to talk to the neighbors, settle things out. We see it's dark and they're leaving when the sun is coming out. So they had to make sure things got cleared up. I'm sure make sure they don't call the superiors so people aren't asking them why they climbing on RV tops in the middle of the night. Because Hank knows, bro, you the only one that really take this serious. Everybody else is looking at you like you losing it a little bit. Hank wants to check out a couple more. Gomez says he can't, man. Can't go. He got a pack. Hank says, where you going? Gomez hesitantly
Yo,
looks at him.
Paso, nigga.
Going to Texas. And nothing else needs to be said after that. Hank is sick. You can see it on his face. Fellas, what are we thinking about Hank's obsession and the news that Gomez is the one going to El Paso and not Hank?
Quick question for y'all before I answer. Is Hank taking this serious because he really want to find out who cooking the blue meth and he's obsessed with Heisenberg, or he just don't want to go to El Paso? How are y'all viewing it?
I think both things can be true.
I think they haven't given us anything. I'm
Tell me
tired.
more.
I'm just, we keep talking about it, but it's like, yeah, I don't know if we get a big reveal. You've watched it the most, so maybe you can
It's
elaborate.
coming up. It's
Okay,
coming up.
well then I probably can't say much then, because it's just we're still getting this hesitancy and nothing's being said, which it's obviously intentional. Similar, we are in Marie's position. You know what I'm saying? Like how she's not getting the information, we're not getting information as viewers. So I understand, but I mean, look, bro, your job belonged to the streets. You know what I mean? He took your job, bro. Like you didn't want it, so I'm gonna take it. Because he was pushing, supporting you, like, bro, go get it. But he's saying, hey, they gonna give it to me. They looking at me, all right, bro, I'm taking it. You know, and
Yeah, for them not
Yeah.
to.
And you
so
can't be mad at him for it. You said you didn't want to go.
and to be honest, he's a better fit.
Yeah, and he's a better fit. He
He
speaks
he knows
Spanish.
he knows the language. He
Or
speaks more
American, as most
speaks
is.
more than American.
Yeah, so yeah, this was this
Ignorant.
this goofy, man. This is some goofy shit from Hank.
Yeah.
I get it, like the obsessions with the RV. Like I was just having a hard time trying to figure out, like, is this one or the other thing? But good point, Mo. They haven't really told us. We don't know. I don't know if he just don't want to go to El Paso, or is he that obsessed with this? Because I know later on it's a lot more obvious, but is that just because this choice was taken away to go there? Like it's weird. Again, like we've been saying for throughout this series, if you want us to believe that he's a good cop, doing shit like this doesn't help. It don't add to it. Like you climbing up there, like homie clearly telling you, like, bro, that ain't the play. So now we have to believe that he's gonna throw all his police shit out the window because he's obsessed with it. But we don't know if he's obsessed with it because maybe he's just trying to avoid El Paso. I don't like this. This is not clear enough in the sense of if we want to believe that Hank is really good enough to do what he does throughout this series.
So let's go ahead and let's talk about this next scene because it could lead into some more answers because
Okay.
we see Hank go home. Actually, before we even get there, we see Marie in the kitchen and sugar alternatives just play a big part in this show. I'm just gonna say it like that. Marie's putting the Splenda in her, but as the show moves along, neurotic women seem to like to use sugar alternatives, whether they be Splenda whether that be stevia, and it's going to play a role in this series at some point. But Hank comes in, she hears him, and Mo just said it. Like Marie is checking in. Like she can't believe that Hank has been out all night, is taking a shower, and when she asks if you want to eat, he's like, "Nah, I'm about to go right back out." Now it's a problem. Not sleeping, not eating. I'm burying myself in the work. I'm gonna go ahead and bring this up because I was on the phone with Gomez's wife, and she told me that he's going to El Paso. How do you feel about that? This is all like digging into the feelings of Hank, trying to break that wall. Like, I'm your wife, please let me in. Um, she even said that directly to him. I just want to be let in. And we see Hank's response, which might be leaning towards what's going on, and actually it could be leading to more questions because was it what he saw in El Paso that shook him, and maybe he's not as invincible as he thought he was before he made that trip, or is he really just this deep into the Heisenberg? I personally think he's not doing a good job dealing with the fact that his persona and what he's built his life on, at least his career on, is really a lie. And it finally caught up with him. He's not the big bad Hank that he thought he was. And he's having a hard time really trying to grasp that. So in order to replace that feeling, he's making up this Heisenberg thing to see if I can nail this, then everybody, all my past sins will be forgiven, and I'll be placed on that pedestal of who the guy who busted the blue meth, the most pure meth this area has ever seen. But I'm not built for that street life. I'm not built for that. Like he's trying to be the stringer bill, invest my money in condos and all this, bro. I'm not trying to be on the quarter arguing and fighting over street turf. I thought I was, and that's what's fucked up. He thought he was Avon. He thought it was Avon. You a paper pusher, bro. Like I'm not saying you can't get dirty when the duty calls. We saw that with Tuco. We gonna see it in a few episodes. Like when duty calls, is about life and death. But at the same time, the fact that he can't grasp that, it's really fucking him up. That's why when Marie's walking out, he's yelling. Everybody want to give me a hard time about this, and we've all been there, right? We've all been at that crash out session. Like when you just tired of somebody asking you the same question, you tired of somebody bringing some shit up. Like this is the last fucking time I'm talking about this. Like we've been there, so I get it. But I really think that's his anger towards himself, not towards Marie.
Absolutely, bro. I think you might have hit. So he's like grieving the idea that he's not who he thought he was.
Yeah, he keeps saying it was a business decision. There's nothing to discuss. It was business. Why people
But
keep
but
questioning
but
me?
he's so a certain way that he can't admit this to anybody. So he has to keep playing the tough thing and everything like that, because the minute he says that, like, it makes him look less than. And it's an ego thing. It's an ego trip, kind of like, you know. And it's interesting because he could fake the funk around certain people. Because we see in the pilot, we talked about him with Walt and everything like that. And we see him like in Walter Jr.'s eyes, oh, he's the big man on campus. Or with his staff, he's the big man on campus. But when we get down to the actual thing, him going back out to El Paso, and he actually almost died for real, almost, you know what I mean? It's like, that ain't really who I am. So it's an interesting dynamic. I think you really hit that on the nose. I think you really brought me some insight on what it is.
Yeah. And he even said, remember he told Marie, like, don't worry about my career. My career is just fine. Like he's also upset because there's certain roles, any job for real, but especially when you talk about government officials and you start working the ladder there, like you only get one or two shots. Like you get a certain label on you. Like once you like you're either leadership material or you ain't. And once we realize that you ain't, like you never getting the call to go anywhere again. And you got to start asking people, or people gonna start questioning what happened. Like this happens. The people don't just disappear from positions of rank. Like if they get demoted, it's not their, it's never their choosing, no matter what they tell you. Like Hank is sitting here saying, "Oh, this was just me. I made a judgment call." Nah, bruh. Like something happened, and Marie said something that all women, I'm sure, can agree with. I just want to be included. I'm your wife. Like I'm here for you. Like it's not even on. No, I'm trying to diminish you. But Hank doesn't know how to do that. And now we had Gomez ask him if he needs to talk to somebody. Marie's on the same shit. He knows it's true, but it's just that ego in there. Like, nah, aren't you late for work or something? Get the fuck out of here.
I feel Marie in this. I feel her like bro, what's up with you? Like, again, you've been out all night. You finna go right back out. Like, what's going on? I gotta hear that you ain't taking a job. They're gonna be getting a job. So even though she was a bit anal, but that's Marie. I mean, you know who this is. You know who you married. So you can't really get irritated at her for being herself. You the one that's acting different. Like you the one that's coming in here not doing the stuff that you're supposed to do, not wanting to eat and shit like that. So it's interesting, man. I still feel the same way that I felt like when I said in the last scene. Like I just don't. It's hard for me to believe that Hank is a good cop. Like with this, like I don't know. It just feel like they should do a better job. I think you said this earlier, Mo. Like emotionally, I need to understand this more. I need
Yeah,
to
yeah,
understand the elevator shit. I need to understand him
yeah,
blacking
exactly.
out, how El Paso, like this is they got a lot of space to be able to tell us about this. And I don't think it services the show in a good manner for us to be like in the gray area about it.
Hmm.
For like I don't want to be like Marie. The things that make I think good shows good is sometimes we know more than the characters being the viewers because we get to
Right.
spend times with them when they not together.
Hmm.
So I don't think they do a good job of really just explaining what Hank's going through, and I think that demerits like my thought process of him as a cop.
Hmm.
Like I'm thinking this dude right here, he this the illest nigga in Nebraska.
Yeah. I
Or is it he
mean,
got that? Yeah, I'm saying.
yeah, no, and then it makes you think when you go back to I think last season where he was pressing the issue of her going back to the doctor or the therapist or whatever it
Yes,
was. At
exactly,
first,
exactly.
I'm
Good point.
now I'm looking at it like maybe she was having some resistance because when it's time for I'll go when I'm ready type deal because when it's time for us to talk, you don't talk. Only time we talk is when we're with the whites. You know what I mean? Who knows? And we see later in the episode that obviously Marie wants kids. Like that's the inference that I'm getting later in the episodes. Like she wants kids, but that's probably another thing for Hank, similar to going out to El Paso. As soon as they start talking about kids, so they start considering that, it gets them into a place. You know what I mean? So it makes it interesting. It now makes me look at that scene different. Versus, like you're looking at Hank at that point, like okay, he's normal, pretty regular. He's concerned for her. You see therapists, you got this issue about stealing or whatever. But now it make me look at it like bruh, you don't be talking to me. We don't make love like that. You don't want to have kids. You know what I mean? Like you so gun ho about your job and you're telling me you want to build up and work your way up. And this how men be doing. Men be telling women, telling their significant other, oh, this is what I want to do. This is what I do. And then when you get there, you just, fall out like because of the pressure, because of the demand or whatever it is. And they're like, well, you said you want to do it. You know what I mean? So now she looking at him like, don't worry about my career. Worry about your career. She probably the one told her I'm gonna move up and I'm gonna work my way up to this. And like you probably told her that, bro. So I ain't feeling Hank right now, bro.
At all.
Nah, not at all. And I think what adds into it, and this is the last one I'll make before we move on. You the dude that they sent to replace me? Like that says two things. That says A, it confirms everything we've been saying about Hank being a big fish in a small pond. All due respect to Gomez, but Gomez hasn't shown me anything to say he's just a suitable. Like you're going to a Paso on this mission. Like nothing really shows me that. And Hank agrees. Hank thinks the same thing. So it's like, damn, that self doubt of am I making the right decision, or even being mad at himself for not being capable of going because I'm letting somebody who I believe is not even equivalent to me go and take this job. Like I'm the best man for it, and I'm not getting a chance to do it. He is, but he's returning it down because he got his own internal demons. So
Yeah, you
it
taking my
would be nice to know
subordinate.
more about what both of you said.
Like if my
Yeah, like you
subordinate can
take.
go do that job, then I wouldn't never supposed to be like. And they should that could be a thing. Like that, I
Yeah.
just feel like more of that would have gave us more for Hank. And I be forgetting sometimes that our fan base is diverse as it was. That illest nigga in Nebraska line. A lot of y'all not gonna get. I know it's a movie reference from Bella.
Yeah, go
Bella.
watch Belly, man. One of the greatest movie intros of all time. They spent all the budget on the intro.
Yeah, that was it.
Walt pulls up on Gus in the office at the chicken spot and asks, "What's up with the money?" And this is a chance for Walt to feel like he's the smartest man in the room, like he's figured out the puzzle. He begins to tell Gus he knows what he's doing. He's making an obvious ploy to get him cooking again. Walt knows that he wouldn't hire an addict. Like I know that for a fact about you, and we saw it in the previous episode. Like there were verbatim words where Walt told Jesse he's not going to hire a junkie. Gus told Mike, I'm not gonna do business with the junkie. So Walt does know Gus pretty well. So I know you're not gonna hire an addict. I love how Gus played it. Well, I mean, you vouch for him. So if you vouch for him, I figured it'd be cool. And Walt, once again, this ego is fucking incredible. Like, it's really incredible. I meant that he's good under my supervision. I'm the reason Jesse works right because he's with me. If you got him on a solo venture, I can't vouch for that. I just know when he's under my supervision, shit gets done. And this motherfucker just like hearing himself talk. This is one of those scenes where, Walt, you just like hearing yourself talk. This is crazy.
I'm David
Walt,
Ruffin, and these
Are the temptations.
And Walt goes on to say, plus, not to mention, outside of all that shit, his shit mid. Like, his shit mid. Like, I got that shit. You don't want that. And Gus tells him, like, people telling me is more or less consistent. And Walt can't believe that. He can't fathom like the idea of somebody like Gus. Somebody who, and here's the thing, Walt respects Gus. He's one of the few people I think we met in this show that he actually respects. Like, reveres, I would say.
No,
And
not Walt.
you don't think so?
No, I don't think
he
Walt.
is.
I think Walt's so disgusting. I don't think he reveres anyone.
he don't revere anybody.
He's disgusting.
Nah,
Like
he don't
this
revere nobody.
scene right here shows you how disgusting of a person that he is. And I was listening to somebody talk about that series, and they were talking about, well, if you still believe in Walt or they got to write Walt a certain way, if you still want to root for him, like rooting for him is over with.
It's over.
If it didn't happen before this scene,
Yeah.
then it had to happen right here for everybody. Like I don't even think just because, well, I know not first watch it wasn't, but on any rewatch, by the time we get right here and he having this conversation with Gus, like bro, you disgusting. Like even sitting there trying to have this conversation with Gus, like first of all, your motivations for even going there are sick. You could have just gave Jesse that money, but you want to go talk to Gus about what? You don't plan on cooking no way, and that's why I like Gus so much as a character too, because I just I'm gonna let him hang himself.
Yep.
I know how to play this dude like a fiddle. I'm playing 4D chess. He still got the chessboard out, trying to figure out the moves and shit. He come in here talking all this shit like you said. He just want to hear himself talk, and at the end of the day, you just talk yourself into doing what the fuck I wanted you to do anyway. Walter's a dipshit. He's an
He
egotistical
fell right into every piece of it.
dipshit.
I knew you were
Yes.
going to want to meet with me. I knew.
But look,
Yeah, all that.
and he was trying to act like he was so smart while they was right there talking with the little leg cross and the look. Shout out to Brian Cranston. He do a really good job of this, man.
Oh, yeah.
Because he pissing me the fuck off. Like
Yeah.
I didn't even notice it at first, man. But he is pissing me the fuck off. Like he just
And real quick,
like, ugh.
just
I
to
know.
wrap up the scene, I want to continue the thoughts, but what make it worse, to your point, he's doing an incredible job of this character. Like even the sarcastic, not even sarcastic, like just the good, more or less. You want more or less, it's all of that. But Walt says it's not about his ego. Like, he goes and says, I know what you're thinking. You think it's about my recipe superior. It ain't about ego. I just respect chemistry. I respect chemistry so much. I feel like it should be respected. And Gus is like, man, take a ride with me. Like, come on, take a drive with me. But going back to the original point, I think you just hit every nail on the head, Spike. What about you, Mo? Did you have any other thoughts about just Walt's character in this moment where he can't even see it himself how disgusting he is?
Yeah, I'll save it for later. y'all got it.
Okay, got you. So we are Skyler pulling up to Ted's, and she has a look on her face. Just one of those looks. And Marie calls and looks. It appears that something's on her mind, but she's not really saying it. And Skyler's doing the thing where she like, you sure you good? You sure you all right? And she says she don't know what to do about Hank. She doesn't know how to talk to him. She knows something happened, and she can't get him to open up about it. She thinks he's changed, and also brings up like, I wonder if it's similar to Walt, like when Walt changed. And Skyler looks because she knows that's not the case. It's a brief scene, but are there any thoughts on Marie? It's really just her trying to talk to her sister about, hey, I'm having issues in my marriage. I wonder what's going on. There's no real meat to it, but if you have something to say.
Yeah, it's probably just connected to. I think Ted, Walt, and Hank are all connected. It's similar to when we did the Sopranos episode. I don't know if it was Good Son or something with Son. It was an episode about sons, and it was a big focal point on Jackie Jr. But we also were seeing some things with Christopher, and then also AJ. And I say all three of them were connected, and we kind of elaborated on that if y'all hadn't heard our Good Earners review. So I think Hank, Ted, and Walt are connected. You know, I think they're all.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
Hank and Ted definitely connected.
yeah, I think it's just real delusional kind of. They're living a lie and want everybody to believe it. You know what I mean? But Marie, I like this. I think the actress. This was I'm glad they gave her this moment to kind of really expand her acting chops in this moment, because I mean she don't get a whole lot of scenes, but I thought this was good just to get that kind of vulnerability in the moment. But it ain't a whole lot there.
Shout out to Bessie Brand. You got anything, Spike?
It is a quick scene, but I do think it's impactful to the show or this episode, excuse me, because it makes Skyler think later. Like you got Marie and Hank who are going through this thing, and it's so minor, and then you got her over here cheating, Walt selling drugs, and she thinking like, God damn, like I remember when shit was normal like that, and I feel like that's what gets her in that mode when she's reminiscing later on in the show and having dinner and kind of wants to. We'll get to it when we get there, but I think that's what makes her second guess all of this shit with Ted. Like she like you wilding right now. Walt
Yeah.
wilding right now.
Yeah.
Like there was a simpler time when y'all was worried about shit like work and Walt's job and things of that nature, but that shit seemed like it's so far gone. And I think in that moment well, not in that moment, but Marie planting that seed, and then in a later moment it hit her like, damn, I wanted to go back to being simple, not all this hard shit.
Or I think I'll add on to it, but slightly different. Or it's looking at, okay, their marriage is going through a complicated phase, and we got our own set of complications, and look at how I'm responding to our complications. She's watching our child while I'm about to get he about to jump my bones. So this is what I do to handle my complicated marriage versus Marie watching our daughter and talking to me about it. Because she has like cheating is nowhere near her proximity, which don't get me wrong, Skyler's justified, we already know. But I think that for me, my interpretation is more of that, like, wow, look, again, you're having that kind of post-nut clarity, like, wow, what am I doing? Like, you know what I mean? So, but either way, I think it works for the narrative.
All right, that answers a question I'm going to ask later, so we'll circle back to that.
Right.
We continue on with Gus and Walt. They pull up to the infamous laundromat. It's our first appearance of the laundromat. I don't know about y'all, but this scene, knowing that this is the first time we're seeing it here, in a real way, should I say?
It's a moment.
It's a moment, and especially when you tie in the Better Call Saul.
Better Call Saul, yeah.
And you realize like the vision and the dream and the work that it took to get this done. At the time, just in real life, this is a real laundromat, but this is one of the most expensive production sets in Hollywood. Them building that super lab, it was like $250,000 or something like that. It was kind of crazy. So they didn't hold any punches with it. We get the secret entrance that becomes such a major part of the show. Where we go underground and see the super lab. Walt is speechless. He can't believe all the stuff he's seeing. He can't believe the material and the equipment. And I was watching this. I'm not gonna hold y'all. I was watching this and I coupled it with the scene that led to this when they were in Gus's office, and I just really came to the conclusion like, oh, Walt a bad bitch. Like, Walt is a bad bitch when it comes to like chemistry. Like Walt acts like he ain't gonna fuck on the first night. He just needs the right dinner. Like, he ain't gonna do it for soda and nuggets, but if you take him to that 5-star restaurant, he down. Like,
You can't buy Don Julio, but if you get 1942, you might get it done. You know what I'm saying?
Get it done. Like, that's what it is. And Walt is, as I'm looking at him, I just thought to myself, like, oh, you a baddie. You just needed somebody to wine and dine you to get you back in the game.
That's a good way to put it.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. He acted like he ain't this, but you are. You just need the proper. And Gus, boy, like Spike said, walked him down. Like, Gus knew exactly what it was going to take to seal the deal. Like, when they tell you don't leave your girl around him, Gus is that nigga. Gus was like, hey, I'm taking your girl down. Like, that's just what it comes down to. And Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say the amazing part to me is the two perspectives. One, Walt all this time is thinking him and Gus are equals, right? He's thinking they're equals because it's like I got the product, I got the recipe, I got the quality. You are the manufacturer. You know what I'm saying? So he's looking at his equals, but he don't even realize as he walks him down, this is your place of employment. Like, and that's just the amazing part of it. Yeah, and that's why I was like, yo, that's dope in that sense. And then also, it's funny when you go for a new job and you get to walk through and you're looking around, you're like,
oh shit,
you're like,
they got
okay,
all the stuff in here.
this could work. I could see this, like
This is the respect I've been deserving this entire time. Like I've been working with the likes of a Jesse Pinkman. I deserve to be in a lab like this. Somebody who takes my craft seriously. He just told Gus, whether we believe him or not, I respect the chemistry. This is the perfect moment to say, okay, then bet I got that for you then. And even then, Walt's still on some like I made a series of bad decisions. And Gus, once again, just brilliant playing him and knowing exactly. You talk about sales, and I'm sure Spike Lee can appreciate this. Just knowing the answers to the questions before they even happen, anticipating the needs of your client. Like, I can't do this. I made bad decisions. Well, why'd you do it? Because of my family? Well, shit. A man provides. That's what you do, right? You a man, right? Well, I lost my family because of this. Well, you never lose your kids. They need you. You're going to have to provide for them forever. Like, a man supports your kids. And not because he gets love for it, because he gets appreciation, because he bears up and he does it. Like, that's what men do. Like, he knew how to talk to Walt, and Walt didn't say anything, but we knew in that moment what his answer was. He got him.
Facts. Y'all make great points. I'll give the Breaking Bad fans some ammo for when we have our conversation about The Sopranos. One of the great things about this show is how they layer shit out. Gus is such a good villain because he thought of this shit when Jesse called him and wanted to meet. All of this had played out in his head. I know what's gonna happen. He finna cook this. He finna use Walt recipe. He finna bring that to me. I'm gonna split the payment up. Once I split the payment up, that's gonna invoke Walt to come see me. They gonna be beefing. I got the bugs in his house, so I know him and his wife beefing. It's like Rich said what it says. I got the whole play laid out, and that shit happened 2 episodes or 1 episode ago. But here we are right now, standing in this super lab, and you thinking that this is Walt thinking that this is genuine. Oh, this is spur of the moment. Oh, take a ride with me. Nigga, I've been planning this shit. What they say, nigga, I've been planning this shit for 2 weeks.
And turn today.
What a lie. Yeah, what a lie.
I'm planning all day. Planning all day. I've been planning all week, son.
I say that all the time, bro.
And that's what happened right here. Like, he planned this out so well, and Walt is such a dipshit that he thought that he was coming into this situation, like you said, as them being equals. But you don't even realize you just got walked down.
300
all
look
the
like
way
a phantom.
down. Yeah.
300 look like a phantom until the
Till
phantom pulls up.
Pull up, baby. Yeah, like, excuse me, till the fail. Yeah, till that pull up, then you like, oh, Walt, like, oh, okay. Now you finna be reporting to work every day, packing your little bread lunch, and you're gonna be cooking meth for me in this big dog lab that I got and spend all this money on because you think you smart and you not.
Mm-hmm.
I need 200 pounds, my nigga. You can come and go as you please. You got the
Get
code.
that shit going.
Get the shit done.
Yeah,
I need 200.
Gus knew from way before when he told him he wasn't gonna do it no more. He was losing his family. When he was sitting in his restaurant, he knew then, like because all Gus needed, because Gus all he needed to know was I need to know where his heart and his morality is, and he already knew. I said, okay, this is not a person I can operate with by force at this stage of our relationship. So he's doing all of the things, making Walt think that Walt is convincing Gus, but the whole time Gus is doing the passive. He's like passively leading him. You know what I mean? And he's thinking that Walt has the upper hand. He's like, okay, I just want to show you this and this. They were all right. Well, hope things work out for you. Like he knew the whole time, even when Gus got his own side enemies, he got to deal with the cartel. Like he's got to fend them off, but this is where Breaking Bad is at its best.
Yes,
this brilliance. This is where Breaking Bad is at its excellent. So, yeah,
absolutely. 200 pounds a week, my nigga.
Mm-hmm.
Make your own hours. Just make sure that shit get done. and you don't even know. You got all these new toys to play with. Yeah, nigga, nah, get to work.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Facts.
we go back, and it's kind of a repeat of the beginning of this episode, right? So these next scenes where we have Skylar in Ted's bathroom, as we saw at the opening, and she's not as enthusiastic as she was at the beginning, and she even puts a towel down on the floor to avoid those heated floors because she knows this is a luxury. She doesn't want to get used to it because she knows this isn't my life. I'm living a fairy tale. This isn't my life. And then we get her pan back at the Whites, and just like the beginning, they're at the dinner table, and this time the family's seated, and they're having some laughs, and they're smiling, and Flynn is telling Skylar, "That was a great dinner, Mom," and they do the whole corny ha 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 sitcom commercial type shit. Walt and Skylar at the table sitting in silence, and Holly's crying, and Skylar asks Walt, "Do you want to take her?" And we can see the emotion on his face. It's like that moment, like, I got my family back. This is all gonna work out. He picks up Holly. She stops crying. Um, Obviously, this is a parallel, like I mentioned before, from the beginning of the episode to now. Mo, you kind of touched on it a little bit, but I want to get y'all thoughts on what's going on right now with the Whites. What's going on with this dynamic? We kind of get a little bit more later in the episode of what Skylar's probably thinking. But how did you interpret this as you're watching it, from where we were at the beginning to where we are now, where Skylar's just kind of cool on Ted and wants to get back to her life in some degree?
It's interesting how they keep missing each other. I think
Mm-hmm.
this show does a good job of writing that in and making you feel like they just missed each other. And I'm talking about Skylar and Walter in the sense of when Walter wanted to do what she's doing in this scene and connect more, she wasn't with it because she was pissed off at him. Now she wants to do it because she's feeling guilty, but his mind is somewhere else because he just made the offer of a lifetime. So they keep missing each other in the sense of being in the same wavelength. They do a good job of shooting this, and they had a big pole right there. We can show that they're split. They're on separate sides of things. That was a great
Mm-hmm.
shot. But yeah,
Very
it's
cool.
just it's interesting. It's where this show starts to gather depth in the sense of how does this play out? Because we can see this guy was feeling guilty, but also what's the resolution to that? What does it look like? And then Walt's made this like he's given this opportunity that we as viewers know because we know Walt's a piece of shit. He's not turning that down. So now they sitting right here at this crossroads. They don't know it, but we know it. And it makes it even more interesting because of where Skylar's at and how she may want to reconcile, but she don't know. But she might be in for the ride of her life because not only is he a drug dealer like what she suspected, now he moving up a level. And you thinking about stopping fucking Ted, which was your revenge thing. So what's she gonna do next? All these things are hitting you as a viewer as you watching this, and I think this is the Breaking Bad now. And I'm gonna keep saying this because I'm adamant in it. This is what we remember when we think about Breaking Bad and Prestige TV. It's stuff like this. It's scenes like this. It's episodes like this. It wasn't what we seen the first two seasons, but I'm glad that they're here now.
Agreed.
Yeah, and I think there's the thing about Breaking Bad, we're gonna get, colorism, not in the sense of ethnicity, but colorism in the sense of wardrobe is a big thing in Breaking Bad. And also, so she goes from Ted's house, which is very bright and lit and light, and she's back home. And we notice every time she's back home, they're doing dinner and it's dark. You notice that, like the dinner scenes or so, we're not even seeing the breakfast now. We're only seeing the dark moments for dinner. So it is like, I feel like there's this interesting contrast that's going on. Now, Walter White wears green a lot, you know what I'm saying, which could mean a lot of things. The green light, we did an episode, Go, Greed, you know what I mean? So, but we're going to see later in the episode, she's going to have on a green top. And it might be the first time we see her wearing green, which is interesting who she's talking to in that moment. So yeah, this is a great moment, but the lighting is something I really noticed that was like super prevalent. And plus, I'm like, bro, who eats dinner this dark of the house? Oh,
Man,
God.
facts. Like it ain't
Like
no lights, ain't no
so
TV
dark.
on, the blinds closed. Like what's going on?
This is depressing. Like,
I mean,
but that's all I
so
got.
is her
Yeah.
life. We move on. Gomez is having his going away party. Hank's in the office, so he's not in the common area. He's in his office on the phone looking for RV info. Janice, who appears to be the admin assistant, administrative leave, whoever she is. He asked Janice to check for more because he's out. He's called the last number on the list. She said that's it, and he's like, man, please, like I'm drowning here. And she was like, man, I can't do it after the party. Like Hank is on. He's pressed. He needs to be right about this because otherwise, the same thing they're celebrating out there, he's gonna regret not going. Maybe, I don't know. Once again, we had that conversation. But Hank goes out. He hands over the gift that he received when he was in El Paso to Gomi. Know your enemy and all that. And it kind of shows some emotion. A stark contrast from when Gomez said, I'm worried about you. He told him to get his hand off his shoulder. He's actually concerned, fight the good fight. I think that has a lot to do with there is a respect or brother in arms type of thing. Like we both do walk on the same side of this, and I know what this is like. I seen what they up to. Like they're sending out turtles and blowing heads up, and people are losing limbs. So I think there was some of that. Like I really want you to be safe. And he also gets some reward for, hey, you were right about your hunch. Found another RV that you could look into. And he was relieved because he needed that win. He needed something to keep this chase going. What do y'all think about the going away party and Hank's, interactions throughout it?
I was glad that Hank got up and didn't be a hater about it and didn't, stay in the office. I was glad to see that, you know what I mean? Because I wouldn't have liked if Hank would have did Gomi like that. You know what I mean? It's like, man, this is your man's. I get y'all have had been at odds a little bit because of your own personal issues, but I was glad to see him come out there and just like, hey, look, and then shout out to him for asking, can you check one more time? You know what I mean? Because you could have, if it's anybody else, they might be like, all right, that's it. You ain't gonna ask no more. Like, dang, it's a dud. But he asked check one time. She did happen to find it, so that was a good dub for him. And so I was just happy to see that he got up and supported Gomi. I was just happy to see him do that. Like,
yeah, that was good. That was good for sure. Lou, what about you?
More weird behavior, more weirdo behavior from Hank. It don't make sense. It don't make sense that he's this obsessed. He got this lady stopping her job for the go away party because he jealous of Gomi to go find him one more RV. She was like, I don't like it. I don't like what they doing.
We
with
don't know
Hank
his
right
motivation.
now.
That's the problem. We don't know his
Yeah,
motivation.
like that's the problem with it. I don't know if he just doing this because he's like even now there's another layer added to it. If he's jealous of Gomi and don't want his party to go well, like it's weird what they doing with him. And then the what I have to suspend to believe that he's a good policeman later on in this series, even right now. Like, yeah, that was good police work for her to go ask her that for one more, but even then, excuse me, for her to go check and see if there's one more. But even then, she still has to be a good secretary or a clerk to even find it. She could have been like, fuck that shit, went there, act like she made the call and said, I ain't come up with nothing.
Right.
Like, so it's a lot of luck that's involved with what Hank is doing. And I'm sure that's involved with police work on the regular, but don't expect me to believe that he's some he's Sherlock Holmes or some shit. Like, he just get lucky.
I'll say this. Maybe we could look at it from this lens. There's a sense of Hank that he may have been lucky his whole life, kind of. That's, you know what I mean? Like lucky with Marie, lucky with being like the leader. There might be this constant luck. So I think for him to go to El Paso, it's like he needs to feel worthy. He needs to know that I really am more than just lucky. And I think that is maybe, and again, I could be wrong, but maybe that's the thing that's driving him where he can't explain this to his wife or anybody else. But it's like, I'm not worthy to be out here. So when he was out there, he's all nervous and trying to play it cool, but you knew you're not ready for the big leagues yet. And so if he can, maybe he's obsessed. It's like, I'm on to something. If I could do this, then I know that it's more than luck. It's more than hunch. And I solved this. I know that I'm worth, because he's been bullshitting. He be with his, remember he was had like, oh, this Tuco's man, even when he got Tuco, he got lucky.
That was luck.
You know what I'm saying? He just happened to get the ups on him, but Tuco had the better gun. So
the shit in El Paso was luck.
It
He
was
slipped till he dead.
again. He walked away to what? To use the bathroom.
Yeah, to get water or some dumb shit.
That's what I'm
Get
saying.
something out the truck.
Yeah. So this is a
And that,
probably.
and that's I'm glad you said that because now like they want us to believe later. Well, I keep saying later on, but like with the information that I'm giving right now, I just don't have like the correct information to be like, man, Hank, a good cop, man. Like, ain't no telling what he might be able to do in the future. Like, I don't see it. Like,
Yeah.
you're a lucky policeman, bro. Like, you're lucky. You may work a little hard, be a little obsessive about your job in general, but good police it don't say that. Like, nothing has said that so far.
Mm. You think they're trying to force? Like, do you think they're trying to drive us to? He is a good policeman, or are we just putting too much on it?
We may be putting a lot on it.
Okay, because I don't
But
know. I'm like,
but I also think that we're putting a lot on it because they're not being clear.
mm-hmm,
Like they're like when I feel like when we see good policemen in films or on television, like they're very clear in the things that they're good at. Like if
mm-hmm,
you're watching SVU, that little weird
mm-hmm.
dude, like you know what he good
Criminal
at.
Minds, yeah.
Criminal Mind, you know that you know who exactly. See, you know exactly what I was
Mm-hmm.
talking about.
Yep, yep.
You know what they good at. McNulty, like
Mm-hmm.
cops, like in general, you know what they good at, and they just not showing us the only thing that Hank is good at is like I guess being a hard worker. That don't
Politics,
make
like
you. Yeah,
the
that don't
playing the
make you a good guy.
politics in the
Not
office.
even politics because he didn't take the New Mexico. If he was in the politics, he would have took the New Mexico. I mean, El Paso job.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
So like the only thing that they've consistently shown me that he's good at as being a police is being like diligent, like overly working. But that don't make you a good police. I don't think so. I don't know. It's just confusing. I don't like it.
Mm. Because I don't like it.
I don't like it.
We're about to get Skyler centric for a while.
Okay.
The next couple 2 to 3 scenes are all based on Skyler. And kind of put them together. So Skyler goes in Holly's room and she sees the mess. She's doing laundry. It's laundry day at the Whites, and she sees the mess. So she goes in there, starts putting clothes up, and as she's putting clothes in the closet, she sees the bag of money, the infamous bag of 500,000. She tried to. She brings the bag down. I'm just laughing because there's a moment when she pulls the bag on the floor and she opens it up and she turns away. Like she turns away like it's Medusa or something. Like, oh, I can't deal. But you know with that money. Stop playing. She puts it on the floor. She goes to the attorney's office and she's treating her attorney like Dr. Melfi. Like she's her therapist. Very telling, and tells her, I'm sleeping with Ted. I can't tell Flynn about his father because you don't know what that repercussions are going to be from me. I don't know why I'm sleeping with Ted, but then she says actually that's a lie because it's the only place where I don't feel like I'm drowning. The attorney thinks that hey, maybe Walt will sign. Walt knows about this guy. Oh, well, Walt will sign, and she said, nah. Walt said he ain't going nowhere, and she says, she tells the attorney like he also keeps money in the house, but she says it in a matter of fact way. Where the attorney, shout out to the attorney. The attorney's smart. Like she's reading through all this bullshit, and this is the scene where Mo mentioned that Skyler's wearing that green shirt. But she says, Walt's keeping money in the house, and she immediately, are you asking me for permission to spend that money? Like, is that what you're doing right now? She said, no, I'm just, I'm just talking. We're just talking right now. She tells her pretty much, listen, man, I'm double the price and half the experience. Like you might as well just get you a therapist if this is what you're trying to do. Because I'm gonna put it as plainly as I can. You a fool to stay in that house any minute longer. You are now an accessory after the fact to all of this shit that's going on. Because you are aware of it. I'm telling you right now, this ain't gonna end well for you if you continue to stay through there. And Skylar even sounds like Walt, where she says, like, well, he's the father of my children. Like he did it for the family. She's buying that bullshit because we know she is in turn Breaking Bad at this point. We also get Skyler. She gets home and she sees everything in that same room, all cleaned up and the money's going, and Walt has signed the divorce papers. I couldn't remember at all about why Walt would have signed those divorce papers, especially after the scene where him holding Holly. I guess we'll get it next episode, but all this
No, they
stuff
gave
with
it to us.
Skyler.
He gonna take the deal. He gonna take the deal from Gus.
Yeah, but why did he sign the divorce papers?
He don't want to involve them in it no more because he's seen how mad that made Skyler. So
Did
I'm
they
I'm
discuss
gonna
that
go be.
specifically?
It wasn't discussed. I thought it was
Okay,
supposed to
gotcha.
like I don't. If you have that much of a problem with me being a drug dealer, I love it. Like he was saying, I love this chemistry shit so much. Here, you can have your divorce. You can go fuck Ted. I'm gonna go over here and cook and make some money.
I'm out the house.
Yeah, I'm gone. You got what you wanted, cool. I'm gonna take my money. I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna go cook meth, be a drug dealer, be the chemist drug dealer, whatever the fuck it is that's in his head that he doing, and this is it.
It's because of the man speech.
Yeah.
At least
The
right
man
now.
provides for his family. And exactly.
Yeah,
Good point too, Mo. Like now
yeah,
I'm about to be making the most money I've ever made in my life. I don't gotta be here no more to feel like that being the dad or the husband. Money is gonna be
yeah,
I'm
yep,
gonna be able to
yep,
get y'all in whatever y'all want.
yep.
My daughter finna be straight, college finna be paid for, all this good shit.
And I ain't
So
got a
yeah,
I ain't got a
yeah,
job anyway.
yeah, you can go fuck Ted.
My nephew's situated. My mom's just straight. Um, that's it. That's your thoughts.
But that green, it didn't even look weird. Like seeing her in green. I don't know if y'all felt like that. I was like, dang, so weird. And I don't really watch it for the colors like that as much as I did early on. But it just stood out dramatically where like they're both wearing the same. And even then, when you get to the scene when they get, well, I know you're going to get there with Saul. Ironically enough,
Yeah, Jesse
Jesse
wearing green.
Jesse's wearing green. So there's this greed. It's got it so green. I think it's got to be like greed is the strong standing theme of that color. But yeah, like yeah,
I
she bugging out like trying to treat the police officer like this got to be the last time she come back. If not, this is super
You mean the
unrealistic.
attorney?
Oh,
You mean
that
the
yeah.
attorney?
Oh, that's her attorney. Okay, yeah. If
Who,
she,
who, you thought that she was the police?
I couldn't get
She
a.
would have been. She would have been locked all them niggas up. Like what the
Wait, what
fuck?
happened? What'd you say? I'm sorry, I
I don't
missed
know.
that.
I missed that whole like I couldn't.
He thought he for a
Thought she
second he
like
was
an
mentioning about the
agent or
woman being the
something like.
attorney, being the police versus being her attorney. And I'm like, man, she would have
What?
been locked them niggas up.
Yeah, she been had enough information to put Walt in jail. Yeah, she an
Yeah,
attorney. She can't tell nobody that shit
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why.
unless somebody finna die.
Yeah, but yeah, that's all I got. Yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and we got two more scenes in this episode. Jesse is at Saul's, and I know I've been saying a lot about. We talked at length about it earlier. Like, if I was Jesse, like, well, get this shit in blood, bro. I'll beat your ass, bro. I'm pulling up on you, all that shit. I ain't gonna hold you.
Ain't no
The same
meeting,
goes for
bro.
Jesse. The
Ain't
same
no
goes for Jesse though.
meetings. Yeah.
Sometimes I
And if
see
I'm
both
Walt,
sides.
ain't no
I'm also
meetings.
I'm about to say, what the fuck are we
Fuck out
doing?
of here, nigga.
I'm not
Who
meeting with you,
I
man.
don't
You
owe
a
you
little
shit.
nigga.
Yeah.
Except for it does make sense for Walt to want to deliver this news and see the look on Jesse's face because he's just that type of dude. So Jesse's at Saul's and Walt comes in for a meet. As Mo said, Jesse is wearing green in this scene. Saul says Jesse will give Walt 10%. They already had a plan lined up, which is, hey, I'd have told Saul, Walt to die before he gets 10% of my work. Like, straight up.
Yeah,
Like,
ten
talk
percent
10%
of
of my
what?
work. So Saul says, man, Jesse will give you 10% of all future ventures. You ain't got to do nothing but walk to the mailbox. Jesse says it's charity at this point. Walt gives Jesse his money back, tells him that's the last money you ever gonna earn in this business. You cooking again? Let me put it like this: I'm in, you're out. Our guy was using you to get to me because he knows he needed somebody real. Saul asked what was offered. He said 3 million for 3 months, and of course he immediately ignores Jesse. Rolls with the winner. Walt says 5% to launder. Saul's like, hey, 17.5 was a lot. Let's go to 15. 5%. All right, what about 14? 5%. Like, Walt is now standing on business. This is what is going to be the laundry. Jesse said that won't stop him from cooking, and Walt says, don't think about using my formula. He takes the money, leaves. Before he leaves, he throws a rock at the windshield of Walt's Aztec, just continuing the windshield gag that's been going on all season. And like I said, Saul is anxiously trying to get Walt's business back so he can make some extra money himself. Once again, we said it kind of, this meet wasn't even necessary. Like, Jesse, you can suck my dick. Fuck out of here. And we going on about our business. So, what are y'all thoughts on it?
And yeah, Jesse, you can suck my dick. And if I'm Jesse or Walt, you can suck my dick. Tell me I can't sell. Like, nigga, who the fuck you talking to? I
Yeah.
guess the only reason he's,
Both of them.
I guess the only reason he says that because Jesse's selling to Gus, and he feel like that he wouldn't have nobody to sell to. But this it's a good scene for the show, but realistically, like, bro, come on, like, stop playing with me, man. Like, it would be. I don't know what kind of show this would be if one of them flexed a little bit more. Like, I'm not scared of you. I don't even respect what you like. I don't respect your gangster at all.
Yeah.
For you to come here and do none of this, like, I kind of want to see that version of this show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they showing each other a lot of respect for, and I know we make a lot of Sopranos comparisons. There are no ties. There is no organ. Like, neither one of them really. Like, you can little nigga both of them
Hmm.
if you really wanted to do it. And that show you how lame both of them are.
Yeah,
And neither one of
that's
them,
what I'm saying.
neither one of them really pick up on it. Like, man, I ain't like, man, bro, who is
Any
you, bro?
any
I
threat that
swear-
either one of them, any threat that
yeah,
either one
like,
of them make, I'm telling them, prove it, prove it.
yeah, do
You
it.
got to show me.
You do it, please do it. Figure it out. So yeah, like that's the weird thing in watching this. Is neither one of them have any muscle or leverage. They just talking, and both of them just letting each other talk. So
Yeah, I mean Jesse
All
should
right.
yeah, Jesse should just get it off in the streets. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if he's doing major distro, you just get yours off on the streets.
just piece it out.
Yeah, that's it. Like, you ain't gonna get rich, but this is you got a steady income. You know what I mean? So I that's all I would say about it. But oh, and also Saul actually ends up having on like kind of both colors. His shirt is green, but his tie is like more burnt orangish, maroonish. So he's like,
He got both of Walt's colors on.
yeah. So he got both them two's colors on. So it's just kind of undecided. Who am I riding with? Obviously, until he makes a decision. So I thought that was intriguing. Again, I don't. This ain't that type of podcast for those that are listening, but every once in a while we'll throw some some deep out there. But
We get to our final scene of the episode where Hank pulls up to the home we saw in the cold open, and he asks about that RV. We know it is the RV that Combo sold, as far as we know, sold Jesse. But a woman answers the door, and it's Combo's mom. She says that RV was stolen some months ago, and she didn't want to get Combo in trouble. He's a good kid, just fell into the bad crowd. Hank wants to talk to him, but then it's under the realization that Combo's dead. He can't talk to him, so she lets him into the room, and Hank goes in Combo's rooms and see a picture of him with Jesse and starts connecting the dots. That is where our episode ends. What are our thoughts on this final scene as Hank is doing some police work? A, is this good police work to your opinion? He's really just following the lead, so I don't know how much credit he gets for this. But being able to get himself into the house and start putting some dots. Remember, as a police officer, all you want to do is end the day with a new lead. End the day with something you can follow up on, chase, keep that trail going. He's continuing to do so. What are your thoughts on this final scene as the episode closes out?
Shit was luck too, man. You couldn't even get no more information out the old lady. Like, I ain't trying to go too far ahead or anything like that, but like bro, it just so happened that the secretary was able to find this because you pressed her at the birthday or going away dinner. And now you get here, you go over there, you asking her information. She ain't telling you nothing. You ain't got no tactics to get it out of her. Like, it's just, almost a bad Hank episode for me, man. I ain't like this either.
well, this is what the payoff to the cold open was.
Yes.
This is why I said, okay, it worked and it was successful. I told you, I don't really like them kind of getting rid of people and then bringing them back, digging up that. I spoke to it at the top of the episode, but this is the payoff. And obviously he finds the picture and sees Jesse and, it works. But it feels too on the money because now literally the picture is them at the strip club. You see what I'm saying? Like, it feels too on the money.
But even though the strip club scene did a good job of showing them taking the photos, like they had Combo with the old school disposable camera, they took them in the episode. So it'd be different if it was like just conveniently planted, but we saw it happen.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what makes it. That's why I don't like about it. Is because it's like, oh, let's throw this in the scene. Oh, they will have him take a picture, and they will have him this, and then when he finds him, it's too convenient. It's like, oh, he got the RV, he stole it from his mom. Oh, and he gave her the 1,400. Oh, and they happened to take a picture tonight. Oh, and Jesse was there. It's too many things that line up that make it too like on the money. I would have liked, even if they would just had a picture of them from a different occasion. That's it. Like, just don't give me the same thing we just seen at the top of the episode. Give me a different occasion. Like, oh, they rock with each other for real. I didn't like it. It was just too on the money. That's all.
You a tough critic. I feel you, but you a tough critic.
I mean, you don't see that though.
I'm not as bothered as it by you. Like,
It don't bother me. It don't bother me. I just.
Well,
I think
it's something to you. It annoys you.
Okay, that's fair.
You're not happy with it.
Yeah, I'd say that. That's probably. I'm not happy with it, but I don't think that I don't down them as writers and producers for it. I'm only speaking preference. That's all. I think the execution was still there. I think just slightly too convenient when this show does things like the flight thing, how they set that up with Jane and the father and all that, how they took time to set that up where, oh, this is going to be an even bigger thing. You know, I think they do well with that. I think this is just too on the money when you brought back a character that you already killed. Then you say, oh, let's bring them back. And then nah. So.
Fair enough. Spike Lou?
What was the question?
Thoughts on this final scene?
I said it. I think I went first. That's why I was fucking with you. But yeah, like this ain't.
You already said what you had to say?
Luck. You said luck again.
Yeah, it was luck.
No, that's it. Oh. Okay, my bad, man. I forgot you always get memorable takes. So my bad. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our episode, season 3, episode 5, Moss. But before we get out of here, we have to go through the categories. So I have to ask, more interesting plot between Jesse and Walt. Who are we giving it to this episode?
We didn't get a lot of Jesse, so I think it's Walt by default.
Right?
Walt by
It's
default.
got to be Walt.
Walt's moving on up, man.
Just with the lab in itself, yeah.
Hey, it almost it ain't in our category, but it almost was Skyler. Even though she's not in the category, but yeah.
Skyler does have a very interesting storyline right now. Just her change of heart and everything. I'm gonna watch episode 6 once we finish recording and kind of dive back into it. I'm at that point. I know Lou mentioned it maybe a couple of weeks back, but I'm at the point now where once we finish recording, I'm on to the next one. We record on, for those who don't know, we record on Thursdays usually, and I usually wait until maybe Sunday, Monday of the following week to kind of watch it again. Now it's like if I'm up, like I'll watch it Thursday night or Friday morning or whenever, and go from there. So I'm at that point. I agree. It's Walt. Favorite conversation? I'll go ahead and kick this one off. It's definitely Gus knowing exactly what to say to slide them motherfuckers to the side on Walt and say, "Come on down, come on down." Because now you work for me and you was in a death row contract, whether you know it or not. So I think that was, and not just this episode, but the whole setup from last episode, from when Jesse wanted to cook, just the brilliance in it. It was in that scene with Mike and I said it when we talked about it. That scene with Mike and Gus in that car said so much about both of those characters, and it revealed exactly who they were if you weren't familiar. And you see the payoff here. So I'm definitely giving it to Gus talking to Walt and convincing him, even after Walt still said no. Like, nah, bro. Like, I know exactly what buttons to push, but I'd had a PI on you for weeks. I've been ahead of the game on you. You don't even know it.
Mm-hmm. He still don't know Gus's. He still don't know Gus. No, never mind. Disagree. I think that is the one, but just to be different, I'm gonna go with the. It's two different scenes with Marie that I'm thinking about. I'm just trying to figure out which one I want to go with. I'll go with the one with Marie and Hank in the shower. Just because, as a man, we all been there. And like you have a moment, you get it off. You know they're not there, but you still in your zone. And so because you gotta, because this is your therapy in that moment, like just saying it out loud and yelling. So I'll go with that scene.
I'm gonna go
Conversation.
with to have three different ones. I'm gonna go with Skylar and the lawyer when she told her like, bro,
Mm.
you need therapy. Like I'm twice as expensive and a third as good. So like, and it reminds me of the Carmela Soprano episode
Oh,
where
with
she's having a
the
conversation with
Jewish the
well, yeah, with
Jewish
dude was like, you the
therapist.
one,
The black priest, or
the
the Jewish
black dude,
priest.
no, the black dude.
Oh, the black dude.
Yeah, when the black dude told him, it was like, bro, you need to get out of there. You
Nah,
bullshitting.
nah,
Like,
that's I
ain't that
keep.
what the black dude told
No,
him?
the
That's
black
a
dude
Jewish
said.
dude that told him.
Yeah, the black dude said find things that you like about him. Find things that
Oh no, yeah, I'm talking about the other dude.
yeah, the Jewish dude. That was the like.
Yeah,
She was like, my baby. She told him. He told her that's blood money.
yeah. Like
Yeah,
this is a similar conversation with his
exactly.
lawyers looking at her and like she got three heads. Like you can't be serious right now. Like
Hmm.
the smartest thing that you could do is maybe take that money and leave. Like that's like what. There is no recourse for it, and so that was the best conversation for me.
I like it.
What about the best scene in the episode? I'll continue to kick it off. I'm gonna be honest with you. This isn't really a big scene episode for me.
It ain't. Yeah.
Like the way that I like to determine my scenes, and this is for everything that I do. I just go ahead and fast forward, and I always limit it to like, what scene am I gonna stop on to watch? Like, what is one of those scenes I gotta stop and watch this? And there's really not one, so I'm gonna go ahead and choose the unveiling of the Super Lab. It's not the scene itself, but it just plays such an important role in this show. And the first time seeing the laundromat, first time seeing the super lab, I know we got to suffer through a whole episode in that lab with the fly episode in a few weeks. I don't even know how we gonna do that episode.
I
We'll
was gonna
talk
say I
about
don't
that
know
when we
how that
get there.
episode gonna go.
Yeah, it's gonna be one long conversation. It's probably gonna be our shortest. It's probably gonna be our
It
shortest
probably like
episode.
some like overall discussion, like versus
Yeah,
scene.
that's it. Because it's not even. There's no. This is
Versus
one. It's
where
one
we at.
location.
Yeah, we just
Yeah,
talk
it's one
about the
location.
whole thoughts of it.
Either way, that's my scene because it does unveil what we know. Like I said, even the nostalgia of it, even though it's not nostalgia if you're watching it in real time, but once you get Better Call Saul and see all the history behind it, it makes it even more important. So I'm giving it that. I could have gone Skyler at the attorney office. I could have gone
It's definitely a Skylar
Hank and
scene for me.
Marie. Yeah, I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that at all.
I'm going with the Super Lab too, so I'll give it to you, Mo, just because of the significance
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
of what happens there and what we're about to be introduced to with the lab. I'm going with the lab reveal.
Um, I'll probably go with the Skylar at Ted's house. Skylar at Ted's house talking to Marie. Just because I think there's a phrase or quote, and I may be misquoting it a little bit. Smart person learns from their decisions. A wise person learns from others' decisions, and that's a moment where she's
Mistakes.
mistakes. Thank you. And that's where she's looking at what they got going on and what's not working in their marriage, and that kind of really propels things forward as far as do you want to pick her up the baby scene and everything. So I'm gonna go with that phone call, and plus it's a good scene for Marie. Like it was good to see her that way.
Who took the half measure this episode?
Jesse.
Mm,
Yep, Jesse. Walt pretty much big dogged you and took over the business. Like you shouldn't have never even. I mean, it was already set because Gus is gonna do it, but you pulling up like trying to be happy, like, hey, look what I created. Look at the product I made last episode, and like you got the wheels spinning for Walt already, and then Gus's finesse and everything, and now he took over your business. It's like I'm in, you're out. Like you lost your house poor. You're back to being house poor, and you're sober. You know what I mean? So he took the half measure, and then Saul didn't even turn his back on you. You lost your girl, you lost your business, you lost your attorney.
I'm going Marie. Tough situation she in. Husband won't talk to her. She called her sister for advice, or at least a listening ear. Sister finna go get railed by her boss. Nobody wants to listen to her. Like Marie in a tough spot, man.
That's a good one.
That is.
That's a good one. I'm giving it to Jesse. Yeah, you just got big dog. You got punked. You got no recourse at this moment. Yeah, it's got to be Jesse for me. Yeah. I'm curious to know who the MVP of the episode is. Who got you? Who took your full measure?
I think this is Trips. Gus.
Yeah, it's Gus.
Facts.
It's Gus.
Yeah,
it's
that
Gus.
was the setup was crazy.
Yeah, this started like even the first time watching, you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You will quickly find out. This is easily Gus maneuvered this perfectly.
Yeah,
and
big joke.
What it does for the Empire. Boy. Yeah, and it changes the course of the show.
Yep.
Yeah, this is a different show now.
It's a different show now. Yeah, now that we met the Super Lab,
yeah, they don't rock now.
Yeah, they don't rock now.
They don't rock now. Yeah, they got a couple more. Like I said, we got the Fly episode, which is the poster boy for filler episodes.
Yeah,
and I forget what they call those when the budget's just too high, like production, because that's what happens. And we'll talk about it once we get there. But what happens on these shows, production runs higher than what they expect. So they need to write a couple episodes where we have one location or maybe a couple actors, so we can cut down on
like
cost.
labor costs.
And that's where, that's where the Fly came from. They specifically wrote it because they're like, yo, we spent way too much money this season. I told y'all earlier they spent $250,000 for this set. Like, yo, we over budget. We got to cut this back. And they wrote that episode. You can tell it's not a fun episode, but it comes this season. It's one of the few down spots of the season. But other than that, we're really cooking. Like the next episode, if I'm not mistaken, I can't remember it, but I remember just looking at the title and be like, oh, that's one of them ones. And I know we'll get into it, but that's pretty much
What was the title?
The next one is going to be Sunset. It's going to be Sunset. And then 1 minute. The next two actually, I think, are going to.
I know I know the title that stuck out to me was 1 minute. I remember 1 minute.
1 minute is where something happens.
Yeah, I remember 1 minute.
We'll talk about that. How do we rate this episode, fellas? Is this a mid pack? Is this 96.2 or is this Blue Magic?
96.2.
Mid pack.
It's 96.2 for me. A lot of people agree with you, Mo. Like when we talk about like what these different websites ranked it, I saw one website had it ranked 60 out of 62. Like it just wasn't. I don't think it's that bad. I think there's too much important stuff that happened. But it is a lower tier It's a lower tier 96.2 for me, but I do put it there. All right, that's it. We out. Season 3, episode 5. Before we leave, just remember, if you want to get in touch with us, Instagram, NMHM _ Breaking Bad Pod. Email address is nomorehalfmeasurespod@gmail.com. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. We'll catch y'all next week. Mo?
Keep cooking.